So we're just going to go quickly into this. So Bryn, after you first arrived in the city, you met up in a tavern with a handful of other people who were also approached by angels just like you were. After getting briefly involved in a large fight in the plaza, you and the others ran away back to the tavern, trying to stay alive and all this good stuff before taking a rest and and the next day trying to figure out what just happened and what's going on in the city. You talk with Craig Bonnick, that was his name, Craig Bonnick, at the Crenoran Traders Guild group, and then you headed south and were looking for information from the Free Workers Alliance. After you guys realized that you were being followed, you decided to split up into two different shops, with Erg and Jojo going into a general store, and then Shane and Trayson going into a blacksmith. I think you went into the blacksmith as well.
Yes.
Okay. So after, I don't know, a couple minutes of you guys just talking random bullshit with the blacksmith, Jojo ends up seeing the kid who was following you guys previously and chases after him. You notice this and attempt to follow. So as Jojo zigs down an alleyway and zags down a street, you try to follow him as best you can, but he's sprinting very, very fast. In fact, he even spent stamina to sprint very, very fast. You didn't, so you end up getting left behind. And after you take a turn or two, maybe you bump into somebody gets in the way, and you have to move around them, but you get caught up a little bit and end up missing which turn they take. You take a wrong turn, and suddenly you have no idea where they went. What do you do?
I know I don't end up finding them, but I feel like Bren would try and backtrack, and after a while, and
yeah. So, do you more so like wander around the area you are trying to figure out where they went, or do you head back to the others?
I think if there was an extended period of time where he didn't see anybody familiar, Bren would probably try and head backward.
Okay. So go ahead and make a mind check, please. See how well you find your way back. Critical fail would be hilarious.
I keep going forwards, thinking it's back. Is there like a character token for me to select?
Oh, hold on. So we're going to.
Or I suppose I could just manually make the check.
So if you go a little bit to the right, you'll see where you are, and you should have control of the token.
Okay.
$14. Okay. So you sort of make your way through some alleyways and across some street, and you end up recognizing the street you're on. You're a little bit away from where you initially started from, but you recognize this section of the street. And one building that you're in front of is a Fletchery. You can tell by the sign that has a bow, like a short bow at like a 45-degree angle. So it's obviously a Fletchery.
Right.
And out from this Fletchery, you sense something, and someone walks out of it, and we get Tarek. So I need both of you to make a perception check.
I haven't used Roll20 forever. How does one do that?
So click on your token, and then on the top left, go to checks, and then perception check.
Let me select my character. I'm special. Can't select my character.
Hold on. I know what the problem is. Okay, try now.
There we go.
Yeah. And then checks, perception check. Okay. So you both roll pretty good. So you both immediately look at each other because you sense the auras of the other people. Both of you are magic users, and something unique about magic is that every person who has magical potential sort of affects the aura around their person just naturally, and you can sort of tell if someone has magical ability. Generally, if it's like in a crowd, you just sense like a general direction. There's somebody in that direction with magical ability. And your magic sense extends out to your magical ability range. So I believe both of you have 40 feet. So you can easily tell that both of you have magical ability here. But each of you do notice that while the other person does have some magical ability, it's different from what you have. Each of you are using a different system, and you can't really detect much information because you're not familiar with the other system. But you do notice that the other person has magic, and it's different from yours. That's really all you know. So,
Like, the question, back in the first session, Silco had said that he would know that Bren was a magic user. Is that because his character is also a magic user?
No.
Okay.
No, that's more tied to his backstory, but
yeah, fair enough.
he really would have only noticed it because you used magic to heal JoJo a little bit. So, and before that, he wouldn't have known anything.
All right. The way he said it implied that he knew even before that, but
no, not really. No, not unless you told the group. But I don't remember you telling the group that you used magic. So, yeah, and you never mentioned the Mages Guild to him. But so Tarek, you were at this fletchery because maybe on the ship arriving in the city, something happened to your bow and you needed it to be straightened or needed it to be restrung. So you headed out to a fletchery, got it repaired, and now you've just walked out and found somebody here who you see has magical abilities. You notice or you remember that from the vision that sent you to Mythonian, you were told to group up at a tavern near the center of the city with other people who would be under the direction of various angels. So do you react to this person that you see who has magical abilities? Like, does that catch your eye? Because you notice it's different. You've only been around Fury Crafters before, and this feels different. This is not Fury Crafting, and you've probably never experienced another type of magic before. But how does Tarek react to that?
So Tarek, being interested in, after eyeing Bren a little bit, I think he would approach Bren and strike up a conversation about what magic he does, or if he knows any sort of magic.
Okay. How does this conversation go? You just ask him straight up about magic.
What magic do you wield? It seems unusual.
Bren kind of raises his eyebrows slightly and says, "Oh, I studied under the Mages Guild. Who are you?"
I'm Tarek Ward. You don't need to know much else.
Bren, I extend my hand for him to shake.
I take it firmly.
Something feels different than any magic I've sensed off of you before. If I could ask, where do you come from?
I'm a Fury Crafter. I come from
Ania.
Ania, that's what it was.
Fury crafting.
So you would recognize the name Ania. It's the continent in the northeast. You've probably never dealt with a Fury Crafter before, but
I haven't studied much about Fury crafting before.
Really, it's quite common in Ania.
I hail from Myth. Where would I hail from again?
The Mage Guild is in Treln, which is on the continent of Nefix.
I hail from Nefix, where it's far less common.
Ah, I see. What was the name of the tavern I was supposed to meet at?
I don't think it
Or did
ever.
we not have a
Yeah.
name?
I think JoJo gave it a name briefly, but I don't remember what he decided it was named.
Okay, anyways. I'm
Make up a name.
supposed to be
The
meeting
name
several
listed.
people at a nearby tavern. You wouldn't happen to know where nearby taverns would be.
I kind of furrow my brows a bit. Well, I'm kind of lost myself. But you say you're here to meet people. What kind of people?
Well, I was sent here, I more on a whim to meet some new people.
I kind of cock my head.
It's a long story.
Hold on, do you happen to have the insight skill, Brad? No, you don't. Oh, that would have been so hilarious. Okay.
No.
Anyways, where are you headed?
I'm trying to find my party right now. I kind of took a wrong turn, as embarrassing as it is, and I have no idea where I am. I'm
Well,
new to the city myself, you see.
maybe we can help each other then.
Maybe.
Okay. So
I guess we start walking.
yeah, so Tarek, you would know that the tavern you're trying to find is near the center of the city.
Okay.
Would you mention that?
Yeah, I would.
Okay, then Bryn, you would realize that the only decent tavern in the center of the city is the one that you and the others met at. So you can probably put two and two together.
Yeah. At that point, probably, yeah. So as we're walking, I guess at this point, in the center of the city, I kind of lower my voice at this. You wouldn't happen to have been sent here by an angel, would you?
I maintain a low voice as well. I have indeed.
I kind of smile a bit. Well, maybe we really can help each other. So was I and the rest of the party. We've already been here for, what is it, a day now?
This is day 2 for you.
We've already been here for a day and gathered at the tavern. I could probably lead you back there if we find a nearby street.
Oh, really? How many people are in this party?
So with you and the others, it was 5.
Okay,
Okay, 5 so far.
interesting. Well, I should definitely like to meet them at some point.
All right.
So
Okay,
where do you
so-
think this group you were with has wandered off to?
Well, it's a long story. Basically, and at this point, I'll kind of recount the whole events of day 1 to him as best I can. I don't kind of want to actually say the entire thing because that'll take forever, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
blame you.
based on what the session records are there.
Have you read over the session records, Colin? So you vaguely know what happened, or should I talk about it?
A recount would most likely be necessary.
Okay. Well, they all arrived in the city yesterday. After a brief introductions period, they got interrupted by a large battle in the central plaza in front of the Cronoran Traders Group building. After running away from that battle, after drawing a bit of blood, they kind of stayed to the tavern for the rest of the day, trying to hide a little bit, hide low. And the next day, they come back out and try to meet with the leader of the Cronoran Traders Group, who offers to hire them as mercenaries. The group sort of asks a few questions, asking whether, like what caused the townspeople to be up in arms and why the Quinoran Traders Group is here in the city in the first place, things like that. Not quite satisfied with the answers they got, the group decided to set out south looking for the Free Workers Alliance, and that was when Bryn got separated from them.
Okay. Well, then I suppose looking for these Free Workers Alliance would be the way to go.
I nod. Yeah, that'd definitely be one way to find them. Let's just work on finding the center of town for now. I seem to remember the general area where we were at before, so we should be able to make our way back there and find them.
Yeah, getting to the center of town will be easy.
Yeah.
You just follow the main road north.
And that's kind of what we do.
Okay, so you guys get to the main road, which isn't too far away, and you guys start heading north. So we are back in the central plaza. If you scroll down, you guys are near the bottom entrance to the plaza, right next to the big Quinoran Traders Group building.
Here we are, the plaza.
Yeah. So, Bryn, as you come in, you'll recognize that the bodies have been removed. They were taken away by people who put them in carts earlier, but there's still a lot of blood and gore around the area. And you sort of notice this single kid near the central of the plaza just taking a bucket, scooping out water from the plaza, and just throwing water over the blood and stuff, trying to dilute it.
There's still blood and gore? Weren't they, cleaning up the bodies last night?
They were picking up the bodies. They weren't necessarily scrubbing the stones and stuff.
I guess it's a big job, yeah.
Yeah.
I see quite a bit of fighting went down here.
Yeah, that's where the fight that I mentioned took place. Right in front of the big building there, which is the trade group's headquarters.
Gotcha.
The inn is just down the road here. We can go and check if anybody's there.
I think
And at this, I'll kind of head over towards...
Okay. So as you guys are passing by the plaza area and going about in this direction, you'll vaguely hear a few like the kid that's doing the water, that's spraying the water around is just mumbling under his breath. Seems very unhappy having to do what he's having to do.
Yeah, no kidding. I'd probably be unhappy doing that too.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys keep going. It's all the way up there.
Yeah, I'm zoomed in all the way, so I have to scroll.
Yeah. Okay, so as you enter into the tavern, you notice that nobody from the group is here.
Oops.
Now, it's only been 2 hours since you guys left the tavern this morning. Because you left, you went to the Quinoran Traders Group, then you headed south, then you got lost for a bit, you guys talked, and then you headed back. So you're honestly not that surprised that you would have beaten them back if they were taking a bit of a look around. So it's not like you would be expecting them to already beat you here.
No, I was just checking here since we're already here. So
Yeah.
Well, looks like nobody's quite back yet. If you want, you can grab something to eat. I don't know how long you've been in town, and or we could head straight over to where I last saw them. A blacksmith just to the south of us.
Has the group decided to seek room and board here, or did you?
Oh, it's where we stayed last night. I don't know if we're coming back here or not. I don't think we made any plans that far ahead.
Very well. I suppose we should head back out then.
All right. So we head back.
Okay, so you guys just go back south again?
Yeah. I'm assuming at this point I kind of remember where the blacksmith was. If I remember right, it was mostly down the road.
Yeah, I mean, you were pretty close to it before.
Yeah.
So you guys head to the blacksmith. Just the blacksmithing is actually on the same map, so just look to the look a little bit beside the tavern.
Oh, one second.
Okay. So you guys walk in. Blacksmith is hammering away at some chunk of metal.
I'll walk up to him.
Okay. He will toss what he's doing into the water and douses it. And then what do you mention to him?
Hello, blacksmith. I'm looking for my friends, the group that I was here with earlier. Do you know which way they went after we left?
He'll kind of raise an eyebrow. He's like, well, they, a handful of militia guys came out and basically surrounded that half of the building. After they talked for a bit, they all headed out east, down the street that way. And he'll point east.
I kind of frown a bit and nod. And militia, you say? Wonder if they're in trouble. Kind of to myself, and I'll walk off in the direction that he pointed.
Okay.
Go on, Derek. Let's find them.
So you gotta start walking down east. Yeah.
Somewhere.
Okay. Yeah. So, so as you're going down east, so now you're in like the southeastern section of the city, and the what was previously mostly a residential section with very few businesses, like this blacksmith and the general store and the fletchery, were only the three in that section of the city. So you guys start heading east, and you're leaving the residential city, and in fact you're going into the section of the city that is mostly ruins.
Interesting.
This section of the city is not fully occupied. A lot of this is buildings that have just kind of been crumbling for the last 300 years, and there's like collapsed walls. There's none of these buildings have roofs on them anymore. It's just a handful of stone walls, half of them being collapsed, and then periodically there's what looks like people who manage to mostly repair some structure into something that can be lived in. As you're walking down, eventually you notice a handful of men who seem to be helping each other shamble down the street, going like southeast in the direction of the southeast. So even further away from the center of the city. And it looks like you can tell pretty easily that some of these guys are injured or have just gotten out of a fight, and they're sort of either limping or practically being carried by some of the other guys around them.
Okay. I'll approach them at this point. Excuse me.
Some of them will stop and turn and sort of look at you. Make a perception check. Okay. You can tell that these guys are not or not the mercenaries from the Cronoran traders group, at least, but that's really all you can tell.
I kind of glance my eyes over all of them. I just noticed you seem to have injured with you. I might be able to help you with that. Ren kind of shuffles around nervously as he waits for a response.
One of them will like narrow their eyes like a little bit. He's like, "We're going to a healer right now. Thank you for your interest, though." And they'll sort of continue shambling on. They seem to be going towards this larger structure. Seems like, compared to most of the other sections or structures in this section of the city, this one is both larger and relatively not collapsed. it's still got its relatively high walls. It seems to like it used to have been a temple from before the plague, and it's standing a lot taller than everything else in the section. And they seem to be going towards that, and it's like 68 feet away. 60 feet beyond the next building. So you have to go forward and then kind of take a turn and then keep going a bit. Do you guys follow them, or do you just let them go and go somewhere else?
Do you suppose they ran into the previous group?
Perhaps. Well, if anything, I'd be interested in meeting this healer that they were talking about.
Let's go follow them then, see what this is.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you guys are moving in that direction. Let me do something real quick. We're going to be switching maps again. Okay, so you guys are near the bottom half of this map. So you're coming up to this large structure in the ruins section of the city. Some of the outer walls are still relatively destroyed, but the main section of the building seems to be pretty well maintained. Well maintained being a generous statement. Compared to the ruins around it, it is relatively well maintained.
Do you suppose we should try the front door?
Yeah, so at this point, they would have probably just entered the front door, depending on how closely you guys followed behind them.
Oh, probably not right behind them or anything, but...
Yeah.
So,
you guys can notice that there seems to be a man standing in front of the door, just...
I kind of turn towards Ka, and I'm like, looking around, I'm a bit unsure of this. It doesn't exactly seem to be the best neighborhoods here. But then again, it's not like the people we're looking for are the richest of people either. Well, we may as well try it, see what happens, right?
Sounds good to me.
Say that almost more in reassurance to myself than to Ka, or I'll walk up towards...
Okay, so as you get closer to this guy, you notice that it is an elderly man. He's unarmed, doesn't have any weapon near him, but he's just kind of staying there. You get the impression that he might be a welcoming person of sorts. Not like a guard, because he has no weapons and he's an old man. It would be very... It doesn't make sense for him to be a guard. He doesn't really give that impression either. But he's just sort of there to welcome people, or
that can kick my ass.
Yeah. But so he's definitely an old guy. He's bald, got a scraggly white beard, wrinkly head, all the nice stuff. So he'll look up as you approach.
Yeah, I'll raise my hand in greeting as I approach.
He'll
Hello?
sort of take... Well, okay, go ahead.
Hello. I was told that there was a healer here.
The man will nod, and then he'll take a look at your weapons like, this isn't a place for fighting. Please put down your weapons. He's not trying to imply that you guys have them out, but he'll say put them on the ground or something, like just separate yourself from them. He's kind of gauging whether you guys are here with good intentions or bad.
I'll take the hand axe off the side of my belt and put it down, off here and on the side here.
As you guys are doing this, he'll question a little bit more. He's like, you don't seem to be injured. What do you need here?
Oh, I'm a healer in training myself, and I was curious about meeting another out and I'll kind of look around at this section of the city.
Yeah, he'll sort of give like a wry, diminishing smile, like, it's not the best, but it's a big building. Let's just stay relatively safe from the elements.
I nod and
And it's away from all the fighting, which is always good. So you wish to help?
If I can, I'd love to.
The man will kind of give you a big smile and sort of motion inside and open the door for you, and you guys can head in. And you notice it opens into a large hall with people laying down on little cots and bedrolls. And there's like two people helping out with the wounded right now. One person sort of bandaging them up, another person giving them meals and food. Seems to be very very simple. Like, this is not like some magical healing section of the city. This is mostly just
Regular
medicine. Yeah. And as you guys enter in, the old men will sort of follow behind you, sort of just not like acting creepily, but sort of just directing you towards the area. What was that?
Nothing.
And he'll sort of motion towards some of the guys, and he's like, the recent battle in the plaza sent a lot of people to us. Some of them are here, some of them have already headed back out. Probably going back to fight more.
I kind of nod to myself. Yeah, I saw the battle that took place yesterday. It was truly a gruesome sight. Does that happen often? Battles of that scale? I'm new to the city, you see.
He'll give an understanding nod. It's like, well, not of that scale usually. Usually they keep it to small skirmishes and oftentimes stop themselves pretty quickly, either regrouping and withdrawing or just trying to leave it at words and not take it to blows. But that battle in the plaza was the worst we've seen. Whatever's happening is probably escalating.
Yes. By the way, while we're here, what do you know of the city outside of this building? Like, do you know much of the going-ons?
He'll kind of shrug. He's like, I mostly stay around here. I don't try to get in the way of whatever's happening in the city. Unfortunately, I don't really know much. I just treat the people who come here, and every now and then they'll say some things.
I chime in at this. Why exactly are you guys located out here?
Well, this way we can't be harassed by anybody who would want to hurt the wounded, target the weakened ones. We're far enough away from the north, which is where a lot of the fighting has been happening recently. And while it's true we mostly treat people of the Free Workers Alliance and the militia, every now and then we get a handful of others. We try not to discriminate between the two groups. As long as somebody's hurt, we'll take them in. We just try not to give anybody a reason to try to strike the men while they're down.
Have any newcomers passed through here recently?
Well, we just received a few others just a moment ago. You should have seen them on your way in, or should have seen them just before you arrived.
But prior to that, was there a group that came through this way?
That was the first group today.
Interesting.
Alright. I'm guessing these people here both look like doctor types. From
Not doctor is a very strong word. These are just people who are trying to volunteer and bandage wounds, trying to make them comfortable.
That's generally what I'm.
Yeah. They're trying to take care of the people at the very least, but
Okay.
doctor is a strong word.
Okay. So very low budget, this place.
Yeah. Perhaps that could be because of them running low on supplies, or that this is all they have. You're not entirely sure.
I'll be back in just a second.
I'll turn to whichever one of the two looks the least busy at the moment.
Okay, well, we'll say that this person just finished giving this guy a meal, and this person can be talked to.
Yeah, I don't want anybody. I don't want to interrupt anybody like dealing with an open wound or anything.
Yeah. So as you approach, she'll stand up and sort of nod towards you. What can I do for you?
Hello. I've come here to offer some of my services as a healer.
She'll sort of crook her head a little bit. A healer? You seem rather young.
Yeah, I grew up to doctor parents, actually. And they've taught me their trade.
Oh, excellent. We would be greatly appreciative of your help.
Yeah. Who among here is in need of urgent care, if any?
She'll motion to these two, and we'll probably say, like, they're probably the two worst off. We believe their wounds are infected at this point.
Okay. I'll head over towards Tarek real quickly here and say, I'm going to stay here and help out some of these people as best I can. You should explore further around the area and try to find anybody who might give us a lead towards, what's the group called, Myth?
The Free Workers Alliance.
Towards the Free Workers Alliance. That's the group that my companions were meeting up with earlier. We can use this as a meetup point.
I like that idea.
Or if we don't see each other for a few days, it would be worth checking the tavern as well. It's likely people will regroup there.
All right, sounds like a plan.
I will begin moving over here and examining the wounds.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn back to the old man and ask him. So wait, what was it? The Free Workers Alliance? Is that who I'm looking for again?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know where the Free Workers Alliance would be located at?
Well, they control most of the southern half of the city. Their headquarters is not too far north of here, but I would suggest being careful. They don't always take kindly to people who just approach.
Very well.
Myth,
Yeah.
For cure disease, they become cured of all diseases, poisons, or toxins. Would that do much to help the infected wounds?
Yeah, that would take care of it.
Okay, cool. So I'll be casting that on the infected wounds and using any patch wounds or stabilization as necessary to do that.
Okay.
To actually like heal the wound.
Yeah. So you can go ahead and use.
I will try and keep the magic use kind of on the down low for now.
Okay.
Like, I won't be like, cure disease!
Yeah. Yeah, I got you. Okay, so go ahead and, well, you don't need to make a roll for cure disease, so just take 3 stamina. Yeah, it doesn't roll anything, but and then let's see. So you can do you would probably want to do patch wounds. It doesn't take stamina to use. It just takes 30 minutes of time.
Okay. So I'll work on patching their wounds as Tarek goes about his business here.
Okay.
All right. At this point, do I know like any of the uniforms?
I mean, you would see the group of men that were heading in this direction, into this building earlier, but you haven't. Okay, I guess when you were in the plaza, you did see some mercenaries on the front steps of the Cronoran Traders Group building. So yeah, you could recognize them. The guys who were coming into this building beforehand didn't really have an obvious uniform.
Okay.
But the mercenaries for the Cronoran Traders Group did have a uniform.
Okay. Then I think I'm going to just examine the uniforms of the injured here and see if I can spot any distinguishable ones that might help.
You will notice that these 2 guys up here are definitely have very similar attire, despite the the tokens not looking like that. But
I feel like you're not going to get much information out of these guys right now.
Yeah.
The 2 most urgently wounded.
Well, I suppose I can go look around and see if there's anybody else nearby.
Well,
Okay, so you head out, and what direction do you go?
Which way would be south? Because you said the south other end of the city, right?
No. Okay, so actually, this map right here is flipped. I just realized that I did this map wrong, but because the door of this little temple area is supposed to be pointing north.
Okay.
So what looks like down would be north, and the guy told you that from here you would head north.
Okay. So then I'm gonna just wander along the road north a bit.
Okay, so most of this section of the city doesn't have very good roads because this is very much an area of ruins, and there are some sections of road, like the one you're on, that seem like they were probably put down recently after the city was resettled. But a lot of the sections around the exterior of the city, like this, they either have just small remnants of roads from back before the plague, or like it's grown over. There's dirt and grass that's mostly covered. So there's not really an obvious road that goes north. This road mostly just goes back west towards where you guys came from.
Oh,
So you would kind of be going off-road, just kind of wandering through ruins if you headed straight north.
Okay. Then I'll probably follow the road a little bit more towards the city to see if I can't find more foot traffic.
Well, if you want foot traffic, you would need to go like straight west if you want to get there fast. But if you're taking your time, you could go northwest. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably just take my time and head northwest.
Okay. So as he's going like that, we'll just do a little bit more with Bryn. So you heal this guy, and he seems to be perfectly stable now. Do you go to the other guy? Oh, and in fact, this would just flat out complete your goal for healing 30 hit points. Because you heal 30 hit points by using patch wounds. Is that what you're saying?
Sorry, what?
I'm saying this guy's fine. You're done dealing with this guy. And also you've healed enough hit points to complete your goal for healing 30 hit points. So,
And I also completed my goal for curing.
Yes, both of those are completed. Let me figure out how much.
I have to come up with 2 more goals. Goddamn.
For next session, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
At this point, one of the goals is just fucking finding people. For that one XP goal.
Yeah, for those 2 goals, you're going to get a total of 12 experience.
Okay, cool. It's a good start.
Yeah, it's halfway to a level.
Okay, so I was zoning out for a bit. That one guy is all good and cured now. What about the other guy?
You haven't dealt with him yet. Do you want to?
Since COD doesn't seem to be back yet, yeah, I'll start working on him.
Okay, so if you use Cure Disease again.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. And then Patch Wounds will take another half hour.
Yeah. 1 HP per minute for half an hour.
Okay, so...
Take the full half hour, but yeah.
What was that?
I said I feel like it wouldn't take the full half hour. Most NPCs don't have that.
Yeah, you don't have to.
At a stat point. But yeah.
You definitely do not need to. It is, but and I'm not saying you absolutely did or not, but you just treated him until you felt like he was taken care of sufficiently.
Right.
Okay, so Tarek, you headed northwest. Eventually, maybe after quarter mile or so, that's when you finally spot somebody. So you were walking for a bit. And you're back into a section where there's periodically people walking around. It's still very, very light traffic. It's not like groups of people or businesses in this section. There's like very, very small interest in this section of the city for the most part. And you spot somebody who appears to be more of a almost like a beggar, although I wouldn't quite put him as a complete beggar, but he's definitely he would probably live in slums. He's not exactly very well off.
Okay.
He seems to be like rummaging around in some ruined building. Do you approach him or do you keep looking for somebody else?
I think I'll approach him.
As soon as you're within, as soon as he would notice you, he like jumps and sort of grabs a little dagger.
Whoa, put that away.
He seems to be very on edge.
I just wanted to know if you've seen any Free Workers Alliance people coming through here.
He will narrow his eyes a bit, and then after waiting like a few seconds, just sort of staring at you, he kind of, still with his dagger in his right hand, he'll sort of extend his left hand out as if he wants you to give him something.
I'm gonna need some information first.
He'll grin a bit. He's like, I know where they are. How much do you want?
Okay, at this point, can I use an insight to determine whether he's being truthful or not?
Yeah. So if you click on your character and go to non-combat in the top left,
Okay.
I believe I have insight for your character there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you get it. Go ahead and remove 1 stamina from me also.
Okay.
And you, observing his body language and how he speaks, you get the impression that he's being honest. He does know at least a bit about the Free Workers Alliance. So you get the impression he probably has been around the area, and this should be the area where they are located.
All right. Well, how much will this information cost me?
He'll sort of he's trying to gauge you a little bit. He doesn't have the skill, but he'll be like, how much you give is how much you get. The more you give, the more you get.
So I'll toss him 2 coins.
Okay. So he'll grin when he sees the 2 coins, like, their base is northeast of here. Straight along the road. You can't miss it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so do you head out in that direction?
I'm gonna start heading back to where Bren was.
Okay.
Cool.
So, as you approach, you'll be finished up with a second guy at this point.
Okay. I'll kind of be tiredly wiping my brow now after the hour of treating wounds.
Yeah, and you're definitely feeling more. Felt like you did a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, you're feeling accomplished right now. So
Yeah, fix 2 people up here. I'm sure they'll appreciate it whenever they're conscious. Or if they are conscious, I don't know.
no, they wouldn't be conscious at this point. If you want to wait, they might be up in like an hour or 2. But
Nah. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'll kind of wave as I see Tara come back in.
And then I'll approach Bren.
So
I do believe I know where we should be heading.
I nod towards him. All right, good. I've just about wrapped up here. We should be good to head out. And at this,
Okay.
I'll kind of walk towards him.
And I'll turn and immediately go to leave.
I'll pass by the nurse, doctor, whatever that I talked to on my way out. Those 2 should be in much better condition now. Thank you for letting me assist. No,
so
not towards him.
she'll definitely thank you for helping.
Yeah. And I'll turn to leave.
Okay. So, do you guys just go straight in the direction that
I'm just gonna follow Tarek.
Yeah. Okay. So
And yeah, I'm
you
just
go
gonna
straight in
head
that direction. Okay.
straight in
So-
the direction I previously had.
You guys go for.
And also, before I
Okay.
forget, I'll go pick up my hand axe.
yeah.
Should probably.
I assumed so, and I assumed Tarek had it when he went out for.
I mean, I've had dungeon masters that would have said, "Well, you didn't say it."
Yeah, you just left your weapon and
Left your
everything.
Yep.
Okay, so
That dude could have robbed me. I didn't have my weapon.
go ahead and make a mind check, Ka, for Tarek. See how well you can navigate. Because it's almost like a maze
Oh,
of ruins.
Oh Lord.
Okay, so you think you vaguely know the direction. You start walking, and after I don't know a half hour or so, you realize you're not where you thought you were going. You're just kind of, and you sort of pay attention. You take a moment. You look at this, and you're like, "Fuck, we are going straight west."
West.
Well,
How did that happen?
well, I know earlier I needed to be heading northeast.
Yeah.
So we should probably head back.
Back
All
as
right.
in northeast, or are you trying to go back to the temple?
Back in the. I was thinking in the direction of the temple. Try to reorient myself.
So, Brent, as you're following him, you're like, well, this is weird. This is where we first came from to get to the temple. And then he suddenly pauses, looks up, and then turns straight around and goes back towards the temple.
Yeah.
I might be a little bit lost, but I know the general direction we need to be going once I find my bearings.
By the way, what time is it at this point?
At this point, it's probably mid-afternoon, early to mid-afternoon, maybe 3 p.m.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, you still got a few hours of sunlight left, 5 hours or so.
All right.
I'll continue walking. Not much else to do.
Have we made it back to the temple? So I could.
Yeah. You can find your way back to the temple pretty easily.
Okay.
Which way did you say we had to go from this point?
So which way? I went north. Which way had I gone when I met the beggar?
Make a mind roll, see if you remember.
Oh, Lord.
So that I'm just gonna say that now. If you guys don't remember what you did previously, I'm gonna make you make mind rolls to see if your character remembers.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But you definitely remember. So you went north before, and in fact, I'll even have this. You can navigate to find where you met the beggar.
All right. So
I will say I'm going to be using that a lot, Myth, for every single name because I am awful with names in every possible way.
You guys got to make notes. It's not that hard.
It's okay.
I actually do have notes somewhere. I just don't remember where I put them.
And if you need to check it, most names, at least of prominent figures, will be in the session records.
True that.
So you can browse that, I guess. Yeah. So anyways, okay. So Tarek, you're able to navigate back to where you met the beggar, and so you get to that section and you realize the beggar's gone, but you do remember that he told you to go down the road northeast of where that was.
All right. Okay, we're on the right track now. This is where I was given directions.
Okay, so it's where from here?
It's down this road to the northeast.
Okay. Northeast.
Okay. So you start heading in that direction, and after a moment, you notice somebody standing in the middle of the road. And we're going to be switching maps over here. And Tarek, you recognize immediately that this guy has the feeling of once you get within 40 feet at least, you realize that this guy has the feeling of a Fury Crafter.
Ah, interesting.
All right, hold on. Am I within 40 feet? Yeah.
Move yourself 5 feet forward, I guess.
Would I sense this as well once
you would
magic being similar to Tarek's?
You would recognize that he has magic that's different from what you're familiar with. If you're trying to detect aspects of it, you can make a mind check and see how much information you can glean from his aura. You notice that it does feel different from what you're familiar with, but you can't quite match it up with what Tarek has. It does feel separate.
So, out of character, I'm assuming it's like a different element of Fury Crafting then.
That would be a safe assumption.
Would I need to do a mind check to see if I can detect what type of Fury Crafting?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, you can detect this guy is a firecrafter.
Okay.
Interesting.
And he's standing in the middle of the road, and you see him looking straight at you. And he'll, once you get close enough so that he can also confirm that you are an Earthcraft at the very least. It seems like that's all he really cares to confirm, because he narrows his eyes and shouts out a single word, "Ward!"
Well, Bryn, it looks like we might be in for a fight.
Ward. He said Ward.
Yes.
That's my last name. Or family name, whichever.
Yeah, he mentioned it, so you might recognize it as his last name. But you guys can go ahead and roll initiative.
Fun.
Oh, hold on one second. Let me clear it. There we go. Okay, still had last fight on there.
God damn it. Oh, I rolled a 2 and then you cleared it.
Oh. Okay, so let's organize it. Descending. Okay, so Tarek, you go first.
Interesting.
All right. So I have to use a bonus action to activate my Fury crafting, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll start with that, of course.
Okay, that takes 1 stamina.
And then do I need to draw my bow or do I have it up?
That's a free action.
Okay, so I'll draw my bow and then immediately use aim to shot.
Okay. So with your token selected, you can go to actions and then aim shot. Yeah. Okay, you get a 16. I believe that's high enough. Let me double check. Yes, that is high enough. Okay. So you hit for 8. Plant a little arrow in his shoulder, and he stumbles back a little bit. He didn't expect you to immediately open fire as soon as he calls your name. But let's see. So is that all you do? Do you move anywhere?
No, yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Stay
So
where I'm at.
with your earthcrafting, you can sense that there is another person between these buildings over here.
Right.
So you recognize immediately that this person is not the only one here.
I'm going to relay that information to Bryn.
Okay. Do you just say there's another one in that direction?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, which direction is that? I missed your ping. Okay.
Oh, we're down here. Yeah. Okay. So this guy's turn. So this firecrafter also has a short bow. And he's going to do basically the same thing you did. He's going to activate his fury and then take a shot at you as well. And with he's not going to do an aim shot though, but he will get a crit.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
So you take 11 damage.
Oh, nice.
And then he is actually going to pull 10 feet back before he ends his turn. Okay, so after you get shot in the chest by this guy, the other person starts moving. And he makes it right around the corner here. And he will be activating his fury as well, which you can recognize as being metal crafting.
Okay.
Oh, well, that macro didn't work as it was supposed to, but rip. Okay, so.
What do these furies look like? Like, are they like mini elementals?
So,
would be a good
no, they don't have any outward, like, it doesn't flare them up in flames or anything like this.
Okay, so it's just like a spirit that they're channeling magic through or something?
Sort of, yeah. You would definitely notice that when they do this. So Tarek did it beside you, and this guy in front of you.
I was just mostly concerned that they were like adding in 2 more people to the fight here.
No.
Okay.
But you would notice that their auras that you can sense would flare up.
Okay.
And it's definitely becoming more active. Like, with the magic that you're familiar with, the latent aura that people just have around them is kind of relaxed. It's very static, and then when they cast a spell, that's when it flares up. So you sort of recognize this as if they're casting a spell. So it has that same feeling, but you don't notice anything actually happening right now. So it might put you a little bit on edge because it's not what you're used to. And then this guy behind you does the same thing, activating that, and
So from my perception, they're both casting spells at me, but nothing's happening.
yeah. Well, okay. So for spells, generally it affects the aura around the person casting the spell, and also affects the aura at the target. So it's like the auras at both places become active, so you can sort of tell what the target is of a spell. But they don't seem to have any target at all.
Okay, interesting. I feel like at that point I'd assume that it was some kind of buff towards themselves, so close enough, I guess.
Okay, so as this guy rounds the corner and activates his fury, he's going to attempt to intimidate you, Tarek. He's like, "We're here to finish the job. Can't escape the Basius family." And please make a mind save, Tarek. Oh, yeah, you pass easy. You don't give a shit what he was just saying. Okay, Bren, you're up. Okay, so I guess I should say this guy that was from the south has a scimitar. He seems to be a melee fighter, and the other guy has a short bow.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
I would go and hold back the melee fighter, but the crit that the dude got on Tarek concerns me a little. It's like half your HP gone in one hit.
Yeah, that was a really unfortunate start.
Almost max damage on both those, it looks like. No, not quite on the first one.
Plus like 75% of max damage. Well, you know.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to. Let's see. Restore is an action. I could make an offhand attack, I guess.
Yep.
How far away is that? That's easily within distance, right? Yeah. That's 2 stamina. Yeah, I really wasn't expecting combat this soon, so I'm kind of low on stamina. Let's see, I'd have that much left.
Okay, well, at least you can have solace that not many of your skills in combat take stamina except for healing.
That's kind of what I was looking at. Oh, for being a healer, I have a shitty amount of healing. Eventually, I guess. That tier 3, I have to say, on just a quick tangent, looks pretty neat. Yep. The effects of a long rest, that's basically a full heal I can use at any time.
Yep.
So that starts to get pretty good, to be fair.
But it's very stamina heavy.
Yeah. And I don't know that yet, sadly. So I'll walk up here and give Tarek the good old healing touch.
Okay, so Tarek, click on your character, go to non-combat short rest, and that will tell how much you heal. You will also get a little bit of stamina back.
Nice.
Okay.
And that's 2 stamina gone. And then I'll take out my hand axe and attack this guy.
Okay. Go ahead and make a roll.
And wait to get completely wrecked as he returns the favor. Bonus actions. Yep. GG.
Crit fail, so you find yourself off balance. You don't quite have enough to immediately remove it, so.
GG, Nori.
So, Tarek, we're back to you.
Okay. Or you said you moved 10 back?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna move that 10 initially so that I can then use my bonus action on this guy to attempt to stagger, or not stagger.
Put him off balance.
Yeah.
Okay. So he has to make a agility save.
Hopefully you're good enough in combat to handle 2 people.
He makes the agility save, so he can he resists your effect.
Okay.
So, Bryn, you notice that under the feet of the guy that you're fighting, it seemed like the ground itself twisted and shook a little bit, as if a tiny little tremor happened in that little area.
Okay.
And the guy managed to keep his footing, but you can tell that was a magical ability casted by Tarek targeting this guy.
Does that require stamina?
No.
Okay.
Oh, but I did forget to say you did use 1 stamina at the end of your turn to maintain your Fury Craft.
Okay.
And at the end of each turn, you will use 1 additional stamina.
Okay. So. And then I will, I guess I'll use my rock cannon on the same guy.
Okay.
Oh.
You crit, so roll an additional 2d4 damage.
Wow, the exact same roll.
Yeah. Okay, so you walk forward, and it seems like this guy was completely distracted by your little, by disrupting his footing. So you hit him square in the chest with that, and he staggers back a little bit. I believe, he needs to make a vitality save. Vitality 10. That fails. He is now staggered.
Right. And now I am right in position to take another arrow straight to the chest.
Yeah. Okay, so this guy.
Did you take his HP down?
Huh?
Did you take the guy up top's HP down?
No, he attacked the guy at the bottom next to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
he didn't attack.
I was looking very intently at the guy up top and was like,
No,
Yeah.
I was trying to cover you.
Unfortunately not.
Fair enough.
Okay, so you notice that he will spend his bonus action pulling out a torch.
Interesting.
Oh, Lord.
And he is going to light the torch. Or actually, this is going to end up taking his action instead of his bonus action. Yeah, he'll still do it since I already said it. He's going to grab the torch and just throw the torch at you. Let me make a roll to see how accurate he is. He's not too bad. Well, not too
good.
So let's say that it lands about here. So the
Let's say
torch on the
that's
ground.
40 feet.
Yeah. And he's going to... I guess he'll just attempt to bluff you. He doesn't really
All right.
have any much else he can do. So make a mind save. He's going to be doing something similar that the other guy tried to do to intimidate you. You pass. You completely ignore these two clowns and the guy who randomly threw a torch at you. Okay.
How proficient am I in like knowledge of what other fury crafting can do?
Make a mind check. You definitely know earth crafting. I'm not sure how much you know about other crafting.
I feel like growing up in a continent with tons of fury crafters, he'd have a base knowledge of most of them at least.
Okay, so you know that, and you would have experienced this as well personally, whether you got this a good roll or a bad roll, I would have still said this, but so when you left Ania, you felt your powers sort of being stymied and constrained because the natural aura of the continent of Ania is the densest out of any continent on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going from this dense aura that is easy to control to Aynor, which still has aura, so you can still use magic, but it is weaker.
Okay.
You know the things that Fury Crafting can do in Ania. And in fact, your powers are much, much weaker right now because you're in this other continent that has this weaker aura. Normally, if you were trying to destabilize that guy's footing, you could have opened a little pit and just had him fall in. That wouldn't have been difficult for you. But your powers are a lot weaker here, and you know that their powers are a lot weaker as well. So you get the impression that he probably threw that torch to get a piece of fire nearby you so he can manipulate that fire to do harm to you. Normally, if this was Ania, he could just launch a fireball at you. But he doesn't seem to be capable of that.
Okay.
But you're not sure exactly, how much their powers are weakened along the lines of yours being weakened. Okay, so the other guy who was just put off balance will attempt to attack Bryn. His attack will be at disadvantage because he is off balance. But because Bryn is off balance, it would gain advantage, so it cancels out and it's normal.
Wait, wasn't he staggered?
Sorry, you're right. He's staggered. He wasn't off balance. I forgot which one he failed. So he can't actually use his action. Because he's staggered, he loses his action. So he only has a bonus action and a reaction.
Okay.
So what can he do? I don't think he can even do anything. Yeah. There's nothing he can do, so
He stares meanly at me.
he just spends his entire turn recovering from the fact that you shot him in the chest with this piece of rock. And he's like, you knocked the breath out of him, and he's like trying to just not collapse. So, Bryn, this guy in front of you just got shot in the chest with a rock.
By the way, when does the off balance thing go away?
So you can spend 10 feet of movement on your turn to get rid of it.
Well, I'm definitely going to do that.
Yeah. Okay, so you are no longer off balance.
And then I'll pop my hand axe over to my main hand and make a main hand action attack on him.
Okay.
Hey, that might be a hit.
Yeah, you hit him. For nice max damage.
Max damage. Nice.
Yeah.
This guy's not looking too good.
I don't really have anything else to do, so that's gonna be it.
Okay. So we're back to you, Tarek. This torch just landed 7 feet from you.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to take a couple steps back away from the flames. And then I'm going to fire a shot or an arrow at the dude next to Bryn.
Okay.
Oh, and I forgot to say, did you spend 1 stamina at the end of your turn to maintain
Yeah,
your fury? Okay,
yeah.
that's good. Eventually, I'll get used to telling you to do that. So you hit him for 5 damage.
All right.
Do you do anything for your bonus action?
Yeah, I was about to say, is he still staggered or no?
No.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna attempt to disrupt his footing again.
The same guy?
Yep.
Okay, so just for the future, this is fine because this guy's pretty weak already, but and you hit him, so it's for the future. You would want to set him off balance before you attack, because then you get advantage on the attack.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you set your opponent off balance and then attack, you get advantage.
Yeah, I feel like it's a relatively poor ability when he goes essentially next in the turn order. Because he can just undo it, right?
Well, he manages to resist it anyways, just barely.
Dang. Oh well.
Okay, so
Oh, I guess since it's basically a free action, bonus action, may as well. But...
So you'll spend 1 stamina to maintain your fury, and then we're back to the bounty hunters. So this guy up here who threw the torch is not very happy that he missed. So he's going to take an aimed shot at you.
Ow.
And I believe that misses. You have more than 12 AC. So, no, it's an aim shot. He has advantage, so you take 3 damage.
Only 3? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, not very high damage, at least.
Yeah,
Not
and
like
then
very
he's going to approach you, or try to get closer. And then we're at the other guy, who is happy that he's not staggered this time and can finally attack. So he will swing at Bren. I believe that hits you
That does indeed it.
for max
I do not
damage.
need
Wow.
AC.
Oh Lord.
And can he do anything? No. He's done with his turn, so we're back to you, Bren.
I'm gonna hit him. Oops. I don't move that way. No, I move just to throw off. Move here. Move back to here. Move here again. Move back to here. Where am I going? He doesn't know. Oh, that's probably not a hit.
Yeah, that's a miss. Do you do anything else?
I've got nothing else to do, really.
Back to Tarek.
Is there any kind of... Well, that's action, I guess. But is there any kind of dodge action in your game?
There is a dodge action, but you don't have it. It's a agility skill called flanking dodge.
Okay.
There's
I've got nothing.
Yeah, there are some other skills that work relatively similar, but yeah.
Also, can I, just for future reference, can I use restore on myself?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll probably do that next turn then.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea. Okay, Tarek, you're up.
All right. Range here.
Brendan just took a massive blow.
Yeah. Select back bit. And then, of course, attempt to knock this dude off balance. Oops, that was the wrong button.
Actually, I kind of find it funny that I can just restore stamina to myself.
Well, if you look at it,
2 stamina, and then I just restore the 2 stamina.
Yeah, but also you cannot use it multiple times before you take a short rest.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can use it to potentially get back a little stamina, but you can only use it once. So you also want to make sure that you're getting health back when you do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so sorry, which guy did you
the one next to Bryn.
Okay, so this guy needs to
Third
make
time's the charm.
Yes, third time is the charm. He is off balance.
All right. And we're going to shoot him in the chest with another rock.
Okay, so despite your advantage, you miss.
GG.
So that's unfortunate, but yeah.
I'll be back in just a second.
Okay. So we are to the bounty hunters again. This guy's going to go forward and pick up his torch that he threw. And then he's going to throw the torch again.
See if he has better luck.
He does. So that will be right next to Tarek. Torch itself isn't the attack, but then he's going to... Let me pull up his thing. Okay, so he's just going to fire his bow this turn. Oh my god. Can I crit again? This time it's initially max damage. That's on a 10.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay, you take 10 damage.
I take 10 damage?
Yeah, and he threw his torch at you again and is right next to you this time.
Oh, jeez. Alright then.
Okay, so the guy next to Brent will once again attempt to attack. Oh, wow.
God.
And I'm down.
The crits. Oh, this is painful.
No, that's not a crit because he didn't have advantage.
Oh, right. Thank the
But
Lord.
it puts Bryn straight at 0.
Maybe crit
Have
on
fun.
damage then.
I collapse to the ground.
Yeah, okay. It's your turn next, so go ahead and make a death save. 10. Okay, that is one success. Okay, Tarek, you just see Bryn get sliced down and
Okay.
collapse.
I'm unconscious at this point, right?
Yes, you are unconscious, but you are still alive. You're just bleeding out.
Alright. Well, definitely moving away from the flames again. And then I'm going to actually, let's see, distance here. Okay. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to attempt to disrupt this guy's footing.
Okay.
Or where would I have to move to be outside of his range? If
Which guy's range?
this one, just so he couldn't move to me.
Well, if you put him off balance, that reduces his movement by 10 feet.
Uh-huh.
So you can decide how much movement you think he has. But
Okay.
then just reduce that by 10, and that's how far he can move.
Yeah.
If you get him off balance. If you don't, then...
I'm just gonna go there and then try to off balance him.
Okay.
Which may or may not be far enough. We'll see.
You've moved 10 feet, so you can move further if you want.
Oh, can I? What was my movement? Oh, it's 20, isn't it? Right?
I think 20 or 25. I can't remember. I think it's 25.
Go there. Actually, I need to make sure I have full sense. This guy. I got. Right.
By the way,
Okay, it's just right.
Myth,
Yes.
for divine guidance,
Okay.
would that just be like a normal success or
Yes, it does not give you a crit.
okay, cool.
So
So
I
that is a guarantee.
recommend using that personally at this point.
You can use it after you roll to see if you miss.
Okay.
And
Oh,
then,
really? You can? Wow.
Yes, yes, you can.
So
That's
disrupt his footing.
He resists.
Oh my gosh.
Well, for the
Chill.
attack, for that.
Okay, what is this divine? Which one?
Okay, so if you make an attack roll
Okay.
and you miss, or you can do this on a save if you fail to save, your angel can assist you and guarantee that you succeed.
Okay.
You can only do this once per day, though.
Okay.
Also, could that be used for, like, say, missing an attack causing somebody else to, like, not hit you or anything?
No. There's a separate ability that you get a little bit later called Divine Protection that does that.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
I don't know, increases your dodge to perfection.
I was here. I moved there. What was my movement was 25.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can move a little bit further if you want.
Okay.
Exactly in front of the
Yeah, definitely. Another 5. Is that
Yeah, you're good there.
Okay. So we're gonna shoot another rock cannon at this guy.
Okay.
Because need people to not be getting close to us whenever possible.
Oh, you hit him? Or almost enough to kill him. He's down to 1 hit point. But he needs to make a vitality save where he's staggered. I believe he fails. Yeah, he fails that.
Okay.
So he is staggered again.
All right.
Okay.
And then I believe that is all I can do.
Yes. So take 1 stamina for maintaining your fury.
Yep.
The archer guy is once again right down here to the torch. And at this point, he actually just makes like a grabbing motion towards the flame on the end of the torch and just pulls the flame off into his hand. And he just kind of sets it onto his shoulder and it just stays there. Then he pulls out his bow and attempts to shoot at you. And crits for the 3rd time.
Jesus Christ.
Please. Low roll. God damn it.
Oh, just barely. So you are down to 0, I
I
assume?
am.
Okay.
I'll shoot you guys. It was fun.
So you are down to 0 as well. Okay, so both of you guys fall unconscious as you were under the attack by these 2 Fury Crafters. So you're not necessarily dead yet.
I like how every roll that guy's done has been a crit, and every attack that this guy's done on me has been max damage.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys got a very, very weird luck right now. I'm looking for a specific interior of a building. Hold on 1 second.
For a way to keep us alive.
No, these guys are bounty hunters. Maybe they want to keep him alive and you just happen to be there with him.
Yeah, fair enough.
So close. Almost got that one guy.
Bounties usually are higher if you bring them back alive.
I'm very special. Although apparently not special enough to not get high roll.
Okay, so Bryn, make like 3 more death saves.
Easy pass.
Okay, yeah, so you stabilize. That's good. Tarek, make like, well, they wouldn't even let you die, so they would stabilize you, and then carry you guys off. So, you might need to zoom out on this new map once I move you guys over here.
This is a huge map.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Do you just have like one map with all your building interiors and...
Yes, yeah, pretty much.
Okay, yeah. I figured as much.
Yeah. So, as you guys, this guy actually would be off doing other stuff. This guy would be in here, and you guys would be
So
tied up.
we just get a long rest from all the time we spent.
No, being unconscious does not give you guys rest. Is not restful at all. But both of you guys will be set back as you guys slowly come to consciousness. You will both be at your vitality in hit points. So if you have 2 vitality, give yourself 2 hit points. If you have 3, give yourself 3, etc.
Okay.
And you are both restrained. You have your arms tied behind your back, and you're like secured to something on the wall. Restrained. Okay, so as you slowly come to, one of the metal crafter is sitting on the table on the other side of the room. He seems to just be resting at the moment and is sort of watching you guys. Seems to not be doing much else, like he was just told to watch you guys for a while, and the other guy seems to not be here at the moment.
Okay.
So, do you guys do anything once you come to?
Well, I'm gonna.
For restoring aura, it says those inside the area gain 1 hit point per minute while they spend within the area, and they gain 1 stamina. Is that just 1 stamina period or 1 stamina per minute?
I thought that it goes on to say that it's 1 stamina every 5 minutes or something.
No, it doesn't.
Uh,
It says 1 hit point per minute, 1 stamina, and every 15 minutes they gain 1 recovery point.
okay, that is. Where are you reading this?
In my character sheet.
On my screen, it says those inside the area gain 1 hit point per minute spent within the area. Every 5 minutes, they gain one stamina. Every 15 minutes, they gain 1 recovery point.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Sorry. It was scrolled further to the right.
Oh, okay.
It cut off at the end of area, and I just kind of assumed that was where it moved over. That's alright. It's real unfortunate that I don't have the benefits of my own aura.
Well, okay. So,
But
remember that these guys were magic users, and just like you could sense their abilities when they activated it, they would be able to tell if you used a magical ability.
I know. I can't use it while this guy's watching, but it's something to keep in mind, I guess. I guess I just feign unconsciousness at this point.
Okay.
Just
Tarek, do you do anything when you wake up?
Sleep.
No, but I just realized that I wasn't using my vengeance passive
Oh, yeah.
during combat. Oh well. Actually, I think that might kill. It doesn't matter. Too late.
Oh, yeah, you probably would have killed that guy if you had that.
Oh,
Sucks
well.
for you.
Yeah.
You gotta remember you have that.
That was my own fault. Yeah, I'm gonna probably just chill for a few, just to
Okay.
get my
So,
bearings.
as time passes, you guys will be able to take a short rest because he doesn't seem to be harassing you constantly or anything like that. He's not torturing you guys. He seems to be waiting for something.
All right.
And so you guys can go ahead and roll for a short rest. And give yourself the benefits. Okay, so do you guys continue to just chill out until whatever this guy's waiting for happens?
There's literally not a single thing that I could do, so I don't have any persuasion skills, I don't have any combat skills, I'm restrained.
Does restrained limit my ability to use my earth crafting?
No.
Okay.
And you would know that the restraints are not magical. This is, your hands are tied.
Mm-hmm.
So it is not impossible to escape, to literally just burst your bindings. This is not like, you don't have like steel manacles holding you back.
Oh, okay. I very much assumed that we would be like completely restrained at this point, but how diligent attention is this guy paying? Like, is he just like watching us, or is he just kind of walking around reading something at the table, or
so
how well do I think I could get away with casting a spell is what I mean.
You would not be confident of that at all, because even if you're not looking at somebody, you can sense the change in aura nearby. So casting spells is not a stealthy action. You would be well aware of that.
At least not around other magic users.
Yeah, and not this close. Like if you were 100 feet away, you would be confident that they can't.
Right.
They're not sensitive enough to the aura to be able to detect that. But 20 feet away, you're not confident in that.
I don't think I'm bursting out of my bindings with my grand zero might, so
That would definitely be a little difficult. But it's not impossible. In fact, if you critically succeed, you would get it. But if you're trying to escape from something like that, it would be obvious that you are doing that. And if you fail,
yes, that's kind of.
Then he might come and crack you on the side of the skull or something.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna bide my time.
The time it would take me to activate my fury crafting and then attack him with it, would I be able to do that, or would he have some, or would we just roll initiative?
It would be the start of combat, and you would get a surprise round.
Okay.
He doesn't seem like he's not paying close enough attention that he would be able to he doesn't have a readied action to stab you if you do anything or anything like that. So you would get a little surprise round, and then it would be initiative.
Okay. Well, then I'm definitely going to activate my fury crafting.
Okay. And spend 1 stamina to do that. And Bryn, you immediately notice this as well. All of you guys can roll initiative. Oh, let me clear it again. Well, never mind. I'll just do it manually. Okay. And this guy rolls initiative as well. Indeed. Okay, so Tarek, you get a surprise round, so go ahead.
Okay. And then it's going to be immediately, I'm going to try to shoot him in the chest with another rock.
Oh, you hit him for a whopping 3 damage.
Oh, yeah. It's a good time. Oh, +1, because vengeance. Haha.
Very true, very true. Gotta remember that. Okay, so Bryn, you are also surprised, so you don't have an action this turn.
Did that stagger him?
Oh yeah. Good reminder.
That's the whole point. If I could,
he does fail. He gets staggered.
He was very surprised.
If I couldn't stagger him in that instance, I probably would have went for it.
Okay, so he'll jump up, and as he's clutching his chest, you just fucking knocked him out almost. He's going to try to catch his breath. He can't yell out because you knocked the wind out of him, but he's not going to sort of stumble towards you, and he doesn't have an action, so he can't stab you, but next turn he definitely wants to. Okay, so we're back to you again.
Okay, so would be attempting to break out of those restraints be an action?
I'd probably allow it as a bonus action.
Okay, then I'm definitely going to do that, and you want me to do a might check?
Yes, this would be a might check. You are unable to break the bindings at this point.
Oh, shoot.
But you still have an action.
Yep, definitely going to fire more rocks at him, because this guy just loves getting hit by rocks. Oh.
Okay, you miss. The rock blasts past him and slams into the wall, crumbling a bit of the wall on the far side.
Oh, this could get bad now.
And Bryn, you're up.
I'm going to cast Restore at Tarek.
So neither of you guys have had a short rest, so you are unable to do so.
Just said that we had a short rest.
Oh yeah, you are correct. Thank you for not dealing with my fuckery. Go ahead, Tarek, and roll a short rest.
Good rolls.
Use those hit points wisely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think we need every advantage that we can do. And then let's see, what's my agility at? That's pretty high, right? 3?
It is more than average.
I think what I would want to do is more of a strength. Before that, do I notice that if I still have my boot dagger, or have they searched me and stripped me?
Yeah, you'll still have it.
If I were to try and how am I tied up right now?
Your legs are not tied. Your hands are tied behind you, and they seem to be like on a hook on the wall or something, or like passed through a loop, so you can't like get up and run away.
Right.
Right. You would have to cut the rope or get your hands free.
So we'd be a rope. So would it be more of a strength thing or an agility thing to try and like bend my legs upwards to try and grasp at my boots?
Okay, so this would be definitely something that you would need to do potentially for a few turns, but so the way I'm going to do this is I'll give you advantage on a might check to attempt to break the bindings.
Yeah, I wasn't going to really do that this turn because I'd assume that would be like a full action, but...
No. Well...
No? Well, you know, then I will do that then if it's a bonus action.
I'll allow it in this situation. Because I don't think that you wouldn't need your entire turn to cast your spell. And really, I mean, calling this a bonus action or an action is a bit iffy.
Alright.
So, just make a might check, and we'll see.
Nope.
So you don't get it this turn. You're just kind of like trying to move your leg a little bit behind you. It's very, very awkward to get your leg back there.
Oh yeah, it is extremely awkward, but I'm counting on my 3 agility to make me flexible enough to do it.
Okay, so this guy...
My might will let me actually get that far.
Yeah, so this guy's not happy. So he's going to walk forward again and swing his scimitar at you.
Oh.
GG.
However, he is intentionally avoiding your vitals. So this would be non-fatal damage. And he has advantage because you're restrained.
Yeah.
Okay. So... Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, so you are immediately put back unconscious.
Okay, would I be able to use retaliation in this instance?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll allow you to kick, and it would be an unarmed attack, though.
Okay.
So, are you... Yeah, you don't have your weighted gloves in this situation, so make a 1d20 plus 3. Okay, you hit him for 2 damage. So, give him a bruise on the shin.
I stopped struggling at this point.
Oh, man.
Okay, so he just cuts you along the shoulder or something. You end up collapsing again. And then he creeps over to you, noticing that you are quieting down. He's like, he's just going to kick you. He's not going to stab you.
Fair
He's
enough.
definitely going to kick you.
Fair enough.
He'll have advantage because you're restrained. Somehow he still misses you. Like,
I like
maybe-
to think that he just doesn't like he kicks at me, but he's standing just a little bit too far back, so it doesn't actually hurt. Like he just barely brushes.
Yeah. He like barely brushes along, like right past your nose, and you feel the wind. And so you're like leaning your head back against the wall, trying to avoid the kick.
Mm-hmm.
But you make it seem like he got you.
Of
You
course.
the impression that he actually hit you. Or maybe you even pretend like you went unconscious or something.
And at this point, why not?
Yeah. So he sort of harumps and goes back over here and slumps into the chair, mumbling under his breath. God damn it, why do I have to do this bullshit?
Round 3 will get you, though. You won't get max damage again.
Okay, so, Bryn, it's going to take an hour before Tarek wakes back up, so go ahead and you can get another 2 short rests then. Get some hit points back.
2 short rests.
And Tarek, you come back to after a bit and give yourself your vitality and hit points.
Oh,
Yeah. That evened out.
Okay. So you come back to. Do you immediately try to escape again, or do you sit there for a while again?
I'm just gonna sit there. I'm gonna turn to Bryn. Sorry about that.
Do you make it obvious that you're awake right now, Brent, or do you continue to stay asleep?
I don't make it obvious, but I'll kind of like sideways glance at him and kind of glare at him a little bit.
Okay, so this guy's going to come forward and like act all intimidating with a sword waving it in front of you and that bullshit, and trying to warn you not to try to do that again, or you're going to get skewed through.
How's your chest feel?
Oh, okay, he's going to try to kick you for that.
Well, you're going back unconscious, GG.
Oh, he crits.
Oh.
Of course he crit. They always crit.
Yeah. So he's going to do.
Either of these people had an attack where they didn't crit
their
attack or their damage.
And because of the crit, he does exactly 3 damage to you. And you fall unconscious again. Oh my god, this is glorious.
I'll see you in a few more hours, Tarek.
Okay, so Bryn will get another 2 rests, and he's going to come back with his vitality and hit points again. So at this point, whatever he was waiting to happen finally fucking happens. So, the guy who he was originally with, the firecrafter, finally shows back up, along with one other person.
Back up to full, but on the bad side, I have no combat ability still.
Yeah, so as he arrives, he brings one other person with him, who seems to be quite a large man. And he comes in here. You both do recognize that he does also seem to have a magical aura around him. Tarek, you will recognize him as a windcrafter.
Okay.
And as he walks in, they're both going to look towards this guy a little bit, who's just going to snort after them, like, stop looking at me. And then this guy's going to look towards him. So, this is the Ward bastard.
By the way, do I recognize the name Ward at all?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. They're minor noble group, and
Yeah.
yeah, you wouldn't recognize them.
I mean, minor noble, but still noble, so I was curious.
Not enough that he would be known outside of Ania.
Alright, cool.
And his family didn't really deal with trading outside of the continent. So anyway, so this guy approaches you, stands right in front of you, Tarek. Are you pretending to be asleep, or are you obviously awake?
I'm gonna pretend to be asleep.
Okay. So he's going to be looking towards his other guys, like, are you sure it's him? And then the firecracker's going to be like, well, as soon as I mentioned his name, he shot me with a bow, so I think it's him.
That'd do it.
He'll nod. He's like, okay, bring him to the docks. We got a ship waiting. And then he's going to head out. And this guy's going to come forward. And at this point, they will, because of how the hook is arranged, they have to undo the bindings. So both of you are unbound for a moment or two. Do you go along with what they're doing, or do you attempt to escape again? At this point, both of them would be right next to you.
Yeah, I'm going to go along with what they're doing for now. I mean,
The memes in me want to shoot the guy next to me with a rocket. I'm just gonna go with it.
Okay.
Tarek is literally has more blood outside of him than inside of him at this point. So
Okay. So you guys get dragged and shoved through half the city. At this point, it is late at night. Like, this is early morning, actually.
okay.
So you might see the briefest glimpses of the sun starting to rise. You get the impression that you guys have been in this little shack for most of the night. Like, you guys fought at dusk, and then you were unconscious for a few hours, and then you got kicked, and unconscious for an hour, and then got kicked, and then unconscious for an hour. So by this point, the sun is on the verge of rising. And let me deal with this.
And then Erg, who is wandering around at the time, happens to encounter us, and
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
yeah, that would be nice. Just casually forgets to mention it to all the other people for the rest of the day.
Okay, so you guys eventually get pulled to the docks. And then there seems to be a nice, hefty, large ship in the area. Let me just finish getting this set up. And I'll move you guys over to that map. Come on, Roll20. You can do it.
I believe in you.
So I assume that we're back in Binance at this point.
Yes, they would rebind you as soon as...
Okay. I'll wait for the map to load, I guess.
Yeah, give me just one more minute. And then I gotta find your tokens. Okay, bringing you guys over now.
Oh wow, we skipped right to the boat.
Well, you notice that after you get taken out of the shack, it's actually not that far away from the docks. It seems like they brought you guys half the way here during the night, and then, or when you guys were first unconscious. And
I'll be honest, I was kind of hoping that we'd be moved through the city where there'd be more people.
These guys seem to be intentionally avoiding crowds. They took back streets and alleys to get here.
Okay, that does complicate things.
And at this point of the morning, it's very sparsely populated. So they're shoving you guys towards the boat. I assume you guys just go along with it.
We can't go on that boat. There's no other option.
Could we have stopped like just short of getting on the docks so that I could have access to the earth?
Okay,
I feel like we did kind of skip a few steps here. Unless, like, the building was right here.
Because once we hit the docks, my earth crafting kind of gets...
Yeah, so hold on one second. So up here, this would be stone, and you would have earth crafting on this area.
Okay.
Still no...
We're still restrained, correct?
Fortunate.
Yeah, you would both be restrained.
Okay.
But your legs would be free. You're not like chained to a wall or something.
Mm-hmm.
They're just kind of shoving you guys forward.
All right. Well, then I guess the best course of action here would be to activate my earthcrafting.
Good one, stamina.
Well,
And Brain, you definitely sense this, and so do the other guys. All of you guys can roll initiative again for the
Hey,
umpteenth time.
I just rolled 13.
Okay, hold on. Add turn.
But is it fair to assume that at this point I'm kind of expecting him to do something?
Yeah. Or maybe he gives you some sort of signal. I'll allow you to act in the first round. So you see him activating his fury once again as you guys are nearing the docks.
All right.
You can smell seawater very easily by this point. You know you're close. In fact, let me position you guys properly so they're showing you this way.
all right, do or die time.
Yeah.
Time for them to stop rolling crits.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a risk. It's either gonna pay off really well or it's going to backfire horribly and get us even more killed.
That's the best kind of risk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we have the same initiative, but I guess Tarek is gonna go first because
Sure. Yeah, actually, that works fine. So, Tarek, you can go first.
he was the one that kicked things off. You know?
Yeah.
All right, then definitely gonna disrupt the footing of the metal crafter directly behind me.
Okay. So he makes an agility save. He passes it.
Off to a great start. All right, gonna then immediately rock cannon him
Oh, you hit him for 2, and he has to make a vitality save.
with 3. I'm very.
Oh, yeah, 3. You're right. He resists the stagger.
Well, then I'm just gonna try to move a little bit away from him, but still remain on the stone.
Okay, so.
Do attack of opportunities happen in surprise rounds? That's kind of the question.
Well, yeah. If they do, then I don't move. But if they don't, then I do move.
I'm going to say no. They don't. I don't think I have any precedent for it, so I'm just going to say no, they don't.
Okay, so.
Yeah, gonna move away then.
Okay, so you have 25 feet of movement.
Okay, yeah, definitely gonna move to the very edge of the stone. Actually, where's the dock start? Is that not till down here?
So, yeah, that's wood.
Okay.
But
Yeah, you
this
look like
section-
you're at the top or at the end of where the earth bits are
Okay.
from how the ground looks.
All right then. I believe it would be your friends.
All right. I'll definitely run off in that direction with him. And at this point, talking is a free action, right?
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm going to shout out as loud as I possibly can, like top of my lungs, "Get away from us, KTG dogs!"
Okay.
And I will use my bonus action, if I can, to crouch down and try and use my dagger to free myself. If I can.
Yeah, so make a might check with advantage.
Okay.
Oh, you get it.
Yeah.
You slice through your bindings. Maybe you primed them and you made them weak earlier.
Yeah.
When you were pretending to be asleep.
Now
And you just slice through it now. So that's your bonus action.
Tarek hasn't had a short rest since last time, right?
Indeed, he has not.
That's really unfortunate.
Yes, it is.
It's not going to be an easy one.
So I'm going to walk over to here and use my action to cut his bindings free.
Okay, I'll allow it. So you will just cut his bindings free.
And also kind of strategically position myself in between him and the other guys.
Yeah.
And that's all I can do at the moment. Hopefully some FWA people heard me and it wasn't KTG guards that heard me or or the people on the boat or
Yeah.
But
okay, so
it's a risk I needed to take.
As you run away from these guys try to react quickly. They reached for you as you ran away, but they missed. You guys were just a little bit too quick. You surprised them, caught them off guard a little bit. The guy with the short bow he will draw out his short bow and point it towards you like, final warning, don't do anything stupid.
I mean, I think we already did, to be honest, but
yeah, this guy doesn't seem super open to killing you guys, but this other guy that you hit in the chest,
yeah,
he's not so primed to it, and he ignores the other guy and rushes forward. And he's going to
crit.
We'll see. He gets a 16. Is that a hit?
Yeah, probably. Let's see.
Yeah.
Nice. He's like
but
11.
It wasn't a crit, and that's really the highlight of that roll.
Yeah.
He hits you for 11.
Honestly, I'm just happy it wasn't a crit.
Yeah.
Silver lining.
Okay. Tarek, we are back to you. One guy is warning you, one guy is actively attacking Brad at the very least.
I had something in mind. I don't remember it. I don't have any weapons, correct? I don't know.
You would not have your bow, no.
Okay.
You would have your gloves.
Okay.
They wouldn't care to get rid of that.
I'm going to take just a few steps back, not a whole lot. And then, so we're going to disrupt this guy's footing.
Okay.
I feel like that should have advantage because he's already on the stairs. Which is kind of risky for me.
Well, he failed anyways.
So, because he's clearly the one that's an issue here. And then he's going to get shot with my favorite rock again.
Okay.
I feel like he should fall backwards off of the stairs.
I also need to
get his head on the rock.
This coming up here.
Is that it?
You miss, even with advantage.
Wow.
Okay. Bren, we are back to you.
At this point, does he have his Fury crafting active?
No.
No.
He is off balance.
Yeah, I
gets advantage or not. Does it?
Yeah, he gets advantage.
It's just gonna hurt if I try and run. I know it will. Let's see, dagger's 1d2. No, 1d4. Okay. I assume at this point, I'm no longer in possession of my hand axe. Or were they kind enough to pick that up and put it back on me?
No, you would not have that. You would have the dagger in your boot, that's it. Or the dagger that you took out of your boot a second ago.
Yeah, I figured as much. Hmm. At this point, I don't need the stamina as much as I need the health, so I'm gonna cast Restore on myself, and then I'm gonna offhand dagger at him.
Okay.
Lose 1 stamina, gain 4 life.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, good trade, good trade. If only I could do that every turn. Second wind.
Okay, so
And dagger.
Shank it.
you hit him for 3.
I don't think I can back off at this point. Like, he's just gonna hit me as I try and run, right? He has
If
disadvantage.
he's off balance, it would be a disadvantage. But yeah.
He has been getting pretty high rolls, though. And he only needs a 7 to hit me. With some light meta game knowledge sprinkled in there. But in game, I know he's an accurate fucker, so.
yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to take it, I guess. Come on, FWA.
Okay. So you back away? What do you say?
No, I say I can't back away. He's gonna fucking destroy me.
So the archer guy.
I can't take an extra hit from him. Like
He's
already
going to
2 hits.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't take 3.
The archer guy's going to activate his fury crafting, pull out a torch, and he's going to actually approach you with it.
Yeah.
He's not going to throw it this time. Or I don't think he views you as much of a threat. Actually, he would just rush straight over to Tarek. He's going at you with it. So, Brandy, since he passes you, you will get an attack of opportunity.
Get him.
You miss.
Rip.
Unfortunate. So he's going to come over to you, and he's going to use the flame to attack you. So please make, I believe it's an agility save.
Oh, shoot. My agility is no bueno. Hey.
Oh, you make it. Okay, you don't take any damage. You avoid. So he the flame on the end of the torch separates itself from the torch and launches towards you. And you just barely duck under it as it flies past you onto the stones and scatters. Okay, so that would be the end of the round, and we're going to have a militia who hears you. He's not here yet, but you do definitely hear emotion. You made the right call to call out the militia.
It's the only way I saw to survive this.
It wasn't a bad idea. It's going to take a bit before he gets here, but okay. So, well, actually,
They'll need time for explaining later.
Yeah, Bounty Hunter recover his footing and swings his scimitar at you once more. He misses this time. Congratulations.
Hey. You didn't gut me in 1 hit.
Yeah. So Tarek, this guy just tried to hit you with a little fireball.
It's a tricky one. Yep. I'll try to disrupt his footing.
Okay.
Just hope Bren can survive in his fight.
Well, I hope so too.
He crits his save and ignores the fact that you tried to trip him up.
Well, then I'll just shoot him with a rock.
Oh,
Lord.
you miss.
Oh, okay. I'm not looking too. He just has the torch and his bow, right?
Yeah.
What kind of attack of opportunity would he get if I tried to move away from him?
He could use the torch as a club, though it is in his offhand. So
Yeah, I'm gonna go for it.
okay.
What do I need to roll?
He will be rolling a reaction. Oh my god.
Oh,
He quit. So
God.
as you step away, he clocks you in the back of the head, and you just collapse to the ground.
Oh, actually, would I get a retaliation from that?
Yeah, I'll give it to you. That
A
counts.
reaction to reaction.
It's just 1d20, right?
Go click on your character, go to reactions, and then click attack of opportunity. And you miss. Okay, so we're back to Bren.
Well,
Eric just went down. You do hear motion. Somebody is approaching, running towards the area. But you're feeling the pressure right now.
yeah, I am.
survive. I believe in you.
I'm trying to figure out. There's. Okay, that won't do much. That won't do much. That won't do much. So what's the difference between a main hand and offhand attack?
Offhand attacks do not get your might as a bonus damage. Since you have 0 might, it doesn't make any difference, though.
Okay, cool. So could I, like, make a dagger attack and then, like, punch him as a action, or use the dagger a second time as a bonus action, or...
Yeah, you can use the dagger as a bonus action.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to attack him twice with the dagger.
Stab, stab. Shank, shank.
Stab, stab.
You crit.
All right.
Roll an additional 1d4 for that one, and then do your offhand.
No, that one doesn't hit.
Unfortunately not. Okay, so you definitely get a solid shank on this guy. This guy's not fucking happy.
Which direction do I hear the...
It's in the direction you guys came from.
Is that over this way?
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of circle around this guy here.
Okay. And I guess that's it. So the guy who took out Tarek is going to go towards you and actually start dragging you towards the ship.
Wow, he just does not give a shit about the other guy,
He
does
doesn't view you as much of a threat. He thinks the other guy will take care of you without too much trouble.
I mean, based on our last 2 encounters...
And to be honest, they don't view you as much of a goal. They're mainly after this guy.
Fair enough, fair enough.
And they do hear the other person coming, so they're like, God damn it, I gotta get this guy to the ship. Okay, so it's his turn. At this point, the guy finally does arrive. What's this guy's movement speed? 30.
Not enough.
So this guy gets over to here. Sees what's happening.
At this point, does he see Tarek being dragged.
He probably just saw, because at this point he doesn't really have much of an angle anymore. Like he can't quite see it, but he probably might see his foot being dragged this way or something. And let's see, he's going to use his action to dash. And he still can't quite make it, but he's going to rush over towards you. And he's going to be looking towards you. He's like, "What's going on? I heard something about KWD dogs. What happened? Must kill."
And talk on not my turn, I guess.
Yeah,
I go, FWA, help us, please, my friend. He's unconscious, being dragged off. And I kind of nod over towards where I guess he saw him being dragged off barely, but
yeah. So at this point, the metal crafter is a little bit more wary. He is going to activate his fury now at this point, pulling out his metal crafting, and he's going to disengage from you.
Okay.
And he's going to back 20 feet up towards his teammate, and he's going to be looking towards the newcomer. He's like, "This is none of your business. Stay out of it. Otherwise, be prepared to die." And that's going to be his turn. Tarek, please roll a death save.
Okay.
Oof.
That is one fail. This is not a crit fail. Otherwise, that would be fun.
I don't know. I think crit success would be funner.
Bryn, we are back to you. This guy just shows up. Yes, I'm aware. Don't worry about it. I'm more aware than you are. Don't worry.
Oh, he's calling you out.
Yeah, Casey trying to make himself feel important.
Maybe you should have came and helped me.
Okay, Bryn, we're up to you. You have assistance now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to run up and continue the fight. I feel like there's something I should be doing other than that, though. I'm not sure what that thing is, though. I feel like there was something really important that I was... Oh, right, I was gonna ask. Because of the way things kind of like got changed around and stuff from the day one session, did I ever actually meet with the FWA leader, or...
No.
Okay.
You would not have met with them.
Because I know in the original version of the events, I was part of that meeting, but I don't know how things happened with the retcon there.
Yeah, so you would have tried to go after Jojo, but didn't quite get close enough to meet the FWA guys. So you would not have met the FWA before.
Okay, so I can't go name dropping.
Unfortunately not. But for the moment, this guy seems to be on your side.
Yeah, right. I'll deal with after the fact.
Yeah, the aftermath might be a little difficult. But
one problem at a time.
Okay, so do you charge forward, or what do you do?
Yeah. I run up, attack, and as I run up to there, I'll kind of toss back over my shoulder. Watch out, they're magic users too.
Okay.
Just to give them a heads up.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Go ahead and make your attack roll. Or whatever you've done.
Yep. Attack rolls. Oh.
That unfortunately misses. That one hits, so you do deal 4. Okay, so You stab that guy a little bit extra. And then this other guy is continuing to try to drag Tarek.
Well, he just does not give a shit. Well, I guess he wants to get to his allies, assuming he has more, of course.
Yeah.
Like I'm fully expecting that boat to have like 50 people on it, and we just get fucked.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are to the militia guy who runs up to this guy and he's going to attack. As he does this, he will be speaking loud enough for both of you guys to hear. Release him and go free or die. We don't take kindly to your people here. Get out of here.
He swings hard.
Okay. I looked at the 1 damage. I thought you were being sarcastic.
Yeah, no, I saw that first. I was like, wait, what? And then I saw the 10.
Okay, so the 15 is just barely enough to hit and actually sets this guy unconscious.
So he just walks up, knocks that guy the fuck out, and then says, "Drop Tarek or you're next."
Pretty much.
That's pretty sweet. I like these elite militias.
Yeah. So Tarek, make another death save, please. If you crit fail, you're dead for real, though. So
Oh, Lord.
that's just one fail.
Save me.
Bryn, we're back to you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It works for saves. Yeah.
Okay, I'm definitely hitting that on the next one.
Okay, Bryn, we're on you.
Yeah, hold on a sec. Well, I'm gonna run up to approximately here with eyeing Tarek, and I'll kind of shout out towards this guy. He's critically wounded. You seem intent on keeping him alive. Let me stabilize him quickly, or he's gonna die. And I'll gauge his reaction before making.
I'll allow you to roll stabilize.
Then I will do that. I'll kind of move over here and work to stabilize him.
Tarek is off to a rough start.
Yeah. Okay, so you are no longer bleeding.
Thank God it's in everybody's interest that you stay alive right now. So
yeah.
I know.
Okay, so this guy, as you rush up and you're trying to heal or treat him, and the other guy is shouting at this guy, telling him to get the fuck out or he's going to die next, and he just sees his teammate go down. He's going to be like, "God damn it, you guys are making a big mistake. You don't know who you're dealing with here." And he's going to...
He's right. I don't.
He's going to be dashing away as well. So he seems to be rushing towards the ship.
Yeah.
Okay, so the militia approaches towards you.
I guess we're off initiative, or
yes. At this point, you guys are off initiative. Although,
all right, I'm going to stabilize him, and I'm going to call out to the militia guy as he approaches. Come on, we have to get him out of here quickly before he comes back with reinforcements. We'll explain later.
So this guy will go towards Tarek and sort of throw him up over his shoulder. And
now we get the fuck out of here.
Say it again?
I said, now we get the fuck out of here.
I thought you might have said, how do we get the fuck out of here? I'm like, what?
Well,
okay.
Just any direction.
Well, I mean, do you want to go in a specific direction?
I figure it's good to be around people right now, so we're gonna head towards the more populated areas of town. We'll stick a bit closer to the southern parts of town where FWA has a bit more control.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys hustle out of the area, trying to get clear before that guy gets back with reinforcements. And the after you go down a street or two, the militia guy sort of stops you and is like, over here,
Okay.
and pulls you into a house. So I'll move you guys over. And you may need to zoom out or something to find this place. It's right middle, I guess, of this gigantic map.
Oh, it just went. Oh, there we go. It's back.
Okay, so this guy drags Tarek over here and throws him onto the bed.
I'll immediately go over, not inside him, and begin patching Tarek's wounds a little bit.
Okay, this guy's going to be over here, sort of looking out the window, watching.
Right.
And then, so...
As I guess I can talk as I work at this point.
Yes.
Thank you for your help. That was a close one. They attacked us in the streets, and we just barely managed to hold them off long enough for help to arrive.
The guy's sort of just watching the door, or watching the window, and glances back. He was like, they didn't seem like with the KTG. Who were they?
I kind of hesitate for a second before I say, honestly, I don't know who they were, but we are friends of the FWA. I figured it was the quickest way to summon help. I apologize for the deception.
He shrugs, is like, well, hopefully it's not going to cause too much trouble. Once he's up and ready to walk, you guys can take your leave.
I kind of nod. We'll be out of your hair soon enough. By the way, we also...
You what? Your mic cut out. I'm not hearing anything. Can anyone hear him?
I can't hear him.
Your mic done failed on us.
Feels bad.
Okay, well. Let's see. So, Ka, go ahead and roll a 2d4 plus 2.
Okey-doke.
And gain that many hit points.
2d4z. Oh.
Maybe try restarting Discord or something. Okay, you did.
Hello?
There we go.
Hey, he's back.
Hey! I had no idea what happened there.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know. Okay, so what were you saying?
Yeah, I basically was thanking him, said we get out of his hair soon. And then I asked about the others. We got separated from some friends. They were a part of the incident in front of the KTG headquarters. Also, we met with a bunch of FWA in front of Blacksmith. I don't know if you'd know where they would be.
He would look a little confused, like, fortunately, I have no idea what you're talking about. I mostly deal with stuff around the dock.
I know, well, thank you for your help. We'll find them on our own. They shouldn't be too far anyways. And then I just kind of focus on my task of patching up Eric.
Okay, so a little bit of time passes. He will come to after 30 minutes and go ahead and gain 30 hit points, or put yourself at max, which is 26, I guess. And you're going to be waking up, Tarek. Bam. So you wake up feeling a good bit better. At least your wounds aren't too deep. And you're still a little worn out, obviously. Yeah. No, you didn't gain any stamina, by the way.
Oh, okay.
But it's not
as he wakes up, I'll kind of explain things to him. We were saved by the FWA, and I kind of gesture back behind me towards the militia guy. It's good to see that you're back up.
I thought for sure they were going to get me back home. I guess I owe you guys quite a bit now.
One of them, do we know if the dude was like dead or just unconscious?
I mean, you didn't really stick around very long.
One of them went down, but the one that looked to be their leader escaped back to their ship.
They'll
Or
likely
not
be
their
back.
leader, but their, well, I guess like the lieutenant, the guy, the fire guy.
They'll likely be back, and if not them, then others just like them.
We should find the others then. Then maybe you can explain what the hell is going on with that. But how much money do I have?
2.
Yeah, unfortunately not much. Because I feel like at this point I haven't really eaten in like a day.
Yeah, well, I think you guys you've got 2 rations if you want to do that. Yeah. So
I was just like thinking whether we like immediately head out or I'd like.
Yeah, so by the time that you are finished treating him and he wakes up and everything, it's the sun has risen. It is obviously morning at this point. The sun is up. The streets are bright. People are walking around now.
At this point, would it be morning of day 3?
Let me double check. Yes, this would be the morning of day 3.
Okay. So I'll walk over towards the militia guy and kind of check outside the window. Actually, never mind. Right, this is the house right near the docks that he brought us in.
Yeah, this is maybe
right
500 feet from the docks.
Okay. Do we know generally where we are in relation to the inn?
You wouldn't have been on this street before. You might know a vague direction, or you could ask for directions, but you wouldn't know your exact position. No.
Okay. So I'll turn to Tarek at this point. Oh, what do you want to do now? Should we head back towards the inn, try and wait for the others, or?
Yeah, that may be a good idea. I'm still feeling a bit worn out from yesterday.
All right. Well then, I'll come over to here. I thank you once again for your help, both in combat and the hospitality here. We should be leaving soon to try and regroup with our friends.
The guy nods. It's like, try not to run into whoever they were again.
I sigh very deeply. Let's hope not.
Before we leave, I stop and say and thank him and ask what his name is so I can remember who I owe.
Hold on.
Myth has no names.
I have a name generator though. That's as if I had 100 names.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh.
I'm Bob.
So this guy will say that his name is. Oh, these names suck. Let me regenerate a few. This guy's name is Sam.
All right.
Okay, so you guys head out, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you try to head to the plaza?
Yeah.
Okay, make a mind roll.
Sticking to very crowded roads when possible.
Or are you asking directions along the way? Or are you trying to navigate by yourself?
I mean, I probably asked directions at least at the beginning.
Okay, that's
Just
fine.
to like orientate myself.
You guys will find your way to the plaza. Okay, let's pulling you guys over. So you guys have arrived in the plaza, nearby the main inn.
All right. So as we approach the inn, I'll kind of turn to Tarek. Well, got any money on you?
I've got what I think would be enough for a room for a bit.
I think it was 2 gold. Or is
That's
that
what
just
you
one?
have. Yeah. Or what was
For-
2 gold that you were thinking about?
For the
A
room,
meal?
or
Or the room?
room or
The
meal?
room with 2 meals was 10.
That was 10. Okay.
If you just want the room, it's 5.
Meal was 2, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so
then I have enough for several days.
and it's been about 24 hours since either of you have eaten, so you're definitely your stomachs are growling a bit. So
Well, I hate to ask, but mind if we share a room? I'm kind of low on money, and at this point, I don't think I'm finding much work before I need to rest.
It's the least I could do.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks. Cool. So, I guess we head into the evening. I leave Tarek to go buy stuff. And I just plop down in the seats here. Alright. Not dead. That's good. That's very good.
All right.
okay, so Tarek, what do you say to the barkeep when you approach?
Barkeep, I need a room and 2 meals.
I also kind of like, by the way, how it's the exact same people that happen to be in the bar as the first time I came.
Well, it's not like I'm going to micromanage that bullshit. Deal with it.
Come on,
Okay.
I expect different models every single time. Custom models.
Different locations.
Yeah.
Okay, so the barkeep will say that it's 10 coins, and then he'll start filling up plates and tankards. So go ahead and subtract 10 coins. He'll give you guys a room. But there's only one bed in the room, so
I'm fine with sleeping basically anywhere. So
and
I do have a bed.
if Kyle wasn't willing to share, my character is perfectly fine sleeping outside. So
so I assume that you guys walked in together.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tarek, as the barkeep is handing you the food, he's going to sort of nod his head towards Brandon. He's like, "Are you with him?"
Yeah, I nod back.
Well, no, he would be asking this
Oh.
to Tarek. You're like 60 feet away, 50 feet
Oh.
away.
Yeah.
So, like,
Also, yeah, I have to say, that is a huge bar.
yes, it is.
100 feet.
So, when I first put this map in here, I was like, these tables are fucking tiny. I have to make this map, I have to scale it up to make the tables not puny. But now the room is gigantic. So, I don't know, this original map was not the greatest.
Can you, like, just scale the tables up at all?
No, they're part of the map. I mean, I could manually make it a tavern and all this bullshit. I have pieces to do that, but I'm too lazy. Okay, so as you mentioned that you're with Bren, he would sort of look at you. He's like, "By the way, somebody came in here earlier, an hour ago, looking for him and whoever he was with the other day." So,
What did they look like?
so hold on. He would say that the guy says he has long hair and a neat beard with a scar on his arm.
Okay, I'm just gonna. Do they match the description of the Fury Crafters we fought?
No.
Okay.
Well,
all right then. I'll let him know.
Because I don't actually know the appearances of my other teammates. Does that match anybody that I would recognize?
No.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take the food back to the table and tell him that.
Okay.
I should
Relay
really
the description.
appearances. All I know is that most of them are huge.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I remember.
Well, it would be a safe
So
thing to do and not trust anybody we're not 100% certain of.
yeah. Well, at this point, as you're telling me about him, I kind of assume that if they know me by name, they have to, or they're likely to be with the FWA.
So, the barkeep he wouldn't have said that it was by name, but he was asking around about the group that you were with the other day.
I see.
Oh, okay.
So that could either be really good or really bad. And it could go really either way.
Until we're certain we've met up with the group, I think we should keep a low profile.
I mean, on one hand, I don't disagree. I've certainly had more than my fair share of action over the past day, but if it is a lead towards finding them, are we sure that we can pass that up? Well, of course, this is all even assuming that guy comes back here.
Well, you're probably right.
Besides, even if he isn't a friend of ours, he's one person in a crowded inn. Surely he wouldn't cause too much of a commotion.
I should hope not. Did we ever get our weapons back?
No.
No.
You do not have your weapons. I mean, Brent has a dagger and you have your gloves, but other than that, nope.
Well, I think we should try to find whatever happened to our weapons if we can.
I think we should honestly cut our losses when it comes to that. I mean, going back to the place where they ambushed us to begin with doesn't sound like it would end well for us.
Well, you said one of them was...
They'd expect us to go back there. And our weapons have probably been taken by the locals by now.
You're probably right. Well, then I suppose
been
we'll
like a
likely
day,
have
right?
to.
What was that,
Fine.
Silver?
It's been like a day at this point since the
It's
initial.
been like 15 hours.
Yeah, those weapons are gone.
Well, then I'll be needing a blacksmith or a fletcher. Probably a blacksmith. I don't want to rebuy arrows at the moment.
Well, we can try the blacksmith again. At the very least, he didn't seem openly hostile towards the FWA when I met him the first time. So maybe we can find a lead there again. Or we could wait here. Decisions.
I think we should wait for the day. I still need to recoup some stamina here.
Yeah, your wounds were pretty bad even after I patched you up. It couldn't hurt to get some rest before heading to the blacksmith.
Okay, so do you guys head into your room after finishing your meal?
Do we want to do blacksmith or rest first?
May as well do rest first if we're going to do either or.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only morning at this point.
At the very least, a short rest or something just to.
Okay.
I'll kind of walk up to the blacksmith or to the barkeep here, and I'll say, "By the way, if you see any of the people that I was here with earlier come back in, can you direct them to our room?"
He'll nod. Sure. What about if it's the guy who was asking about you guys? Should I say you're not here?
I'll kind of hesitate and say, "I don't know who that man is. If anything, could you come retrieve us if he shows back up? We'd like to meet him out here in the open."
Yeah, he'll nod.
Right. Well, I'll head off to the room then.
Okay.
So Ka, do you want to take a short or long rest?
It's up to you. I have a bedroll.
You don't need it. You have a bed.
You have a
I
bed.
think
Well, I
Ben
don't
has a
for him.
bedroll too.
Oh, he has a bedroll?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think everybody got a bedroll. So.
Oh. Everybody's smart.
A few people have tents, I think.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how they're carrying tents around with them.
It's an extra 10 pounds of equipment on their back, but
Whatever.
The most prepared group. All right. Well, I mean, it's really
how
up
much
to you. Long
stamina
rest, short
are you-
rest.
How much stamina are you missing?
I'm missing 8.
You're missing 8?
Yeah, and my being unarmed, I'm definitely going to be stamina intensive. Should we?
One thing that I might be able to do. Hold on. Where is it? Okay, encouraging rest. For up to 1 hour of a short rest, you can encourage up to 4 other people, doubling the benefits that they get from a short rest while having my own.
yeah, it's pretty good.
I could probably use that because I don't need a ton of benefits from my rest.
Yeah, so this is probably instead of like encouraging, you're like helping his.
Do this. You can rest. Go.
Coaching me through by now.
You're probably just doing a little bit extra treatment of his wounds and whatnot.
Yeah.
So go ahead and make 2 short rests,
Yeah.
Tarek. Then we'll double how much you get from it. And Bryn, just roll 1 short rest and that'll take care of
Double
it.
that one.
Hey.
So you get 14, so you're up to max stamina.
And I'll
then
get
you
2 and 1.
Okay, so an hour's gone by. You guys are feeling a lot better.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go hit up that blacksmith now.
Yeah. I'll lead the way.
Okay.
I was about to naturally say lead the way, and then realized I know the way a lot better than he does it.
Just move yourself to the blacksmith on the right.
All right, yeah.
I always want to scroll down to zoom out, and it just
Okay.
And just as we leave, everybody comes back and stops at the inn, and
all right. So I'm going to immediately approach the blacksmith.
yeah, I'll just kind of like loiter behind him a bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I don't have money to buy weapons, and I don't have the skill to use weapons, even if I could buy them. So,
Smith, I'm in need of a short sword.
He'll point you towards this table over here, and you can go take a look at some. He'll say that it's 60 coins.
60.
I think that's what it was. Hold on.
they were
Yep.
pretty
Yep. 60.
expensive.
I don't suppose you have anything cheaper.
There's some daggers over there for 15. You can get a hammer for 20.
Let me browse here.
I'll kind of like move over to the door here and like scan the streets a bit, look for any familiar faces.
Yeah. So, you won't see any familiar faces, but you will hear people talking about how the Free Workers Alliance attacked a KTG prison last night,
Yeah, interesting.
and that there was a prison break of like a dozen people who were being held captive there.
And it sounds like an adventure that I'd love to have been a part of.
All right.
Prison break.
Word prices. No, I just have to say. Okay, I gotta find something I can afford.
Oh, you could try selling your weighted gloves if you want to, or something else on you. If you need an extra coins, a few extra coins.
Definitely could. Smith, if I offered you these weighted gloves, what would you offer in return?
He'll take a look at it, wait it around. He sees that it hasn't been used much. You haven't really punched anybody. He's like, I'll give you 30 coins for it.
All right. Well, you can take my weighted gloves, and here's the difference. And I'll take a short sword.
Okay. So
I am now broke.
okay. So you have a weapon now.
I do have a weapon. That is.
Brennan's watching the street. So, let's. Yeah, you don't think that you would hear anything else aside from the attack on the prison? So
word on the street was a huge prison break yesterday.
Interesting. Think we should check it out?
I'm kind of torn because that is our next best lead, but I don't think they'd exactly be sticking around for very long.
That's fair enough. I'm not quite sure where we should be looking next.
And we could ask around on the streets, but that might get us into more trouble than it's worth, too. This area is pretty FWA friendly, right?
aside from the people hunting Tarek.
Yeah, well, as long as we stick to mostly crowded areas, we should be fine about that. I don't think they're going to open up fire in, like, Main Avenue.
We could attempt to go check out the FWA headquarters.
If only we knew where that was.
Well, that's where we're on our way. Oh, yeah, right. I'm not sure we know where that is relative to here.
I mean, I know a general direction, so we could look around there.
Yeah, we could just wander around the town and see if we could find it.
While we're walking, maybe you can tell me a bit more about these people chasing you.
Yeah, I suppose that would be worth explaining. So, at this point, my family is in a bit of exile and wanted in our homeland, through no fault of our own, of course.
Of
High
course.
Noble, the High Nobles decided that they wanted to steal some ore that we had come across that was quite valuable and turn the kingdom against us. So we're on the run. And by we, I mean me. I'm not quite sure what's happened to the rest of my family.
Hopefully you'll find them.
I would indeed. If we get the opportunity, I'd like to have another word with those bounty hunters. But for now, now I'm here after that vision.
Well, hopefully our two goals won't be mutually exclusive, and we'll be able to learn more of this plague while also finding your family.
One can hope.
So at this point, Myth, as we're walking, have we been seeing anything that might indicate FWA activity or?
Not really so far because you're sticking to more crowded areas. You're not really.
Yeah, that is kind of the downside of trying to avoid bounty hunters. You're also kind of avoiding the cloak and dagger militia.
Well, you were told before that the militia are more headquartered around the eastern section of the ruins. So they're in the area that is intentionally less populated.
Well,
And you're sticking to the populated area, so you're sticking away from where they would mostly be.
Well, we can head in that direction towards the ruins, and we do have friends there. I'm sure the temple will treat us kindly enough.
Oh, so you go to the temple?
No, I'm just talking with Carl right now. Trying to.
Temple would be a safe bet.
Said he was about northeast-ish of the thing where we ran into the bounty hunters, right?
Yeah.
That is what he was told from the beggar.
Nothing's ever easy, is it?
That would also mean crossing the area that we found or that the bounty hunters found us in.
Mm-hmm.
So, both of you make a perception check, please. Okay, Bren, you notice just a slight feeling from behind you guys as you're walking. Like, just your sense of aura just gives you a tiny little notice, very small. And so you sort of glance behind you briefly, and you notice that the Firecrafter bounty hunter is following you guys. But he's trying to maintain out of 40 feet so you guys can't notice him.
Yeah.
But for just one step, he stepped a little bit too close, and you were able to notice him.
Fun. Yeah. In that brief glance, did there look to be anybody walking with him?
No, he seemed to be going alone. He's kind of sticking on the sides of the road so he can go into an alleyway quickly if he needs to.
Mm-hmm.
He just seems to be slowly following you guys, trying to mostly remain out of sight in case you did look back, but you did notice him regardless. Maybe he's waiting for you guys to leave the populated area or something.
Yeah. I don't know if you sense that, Tarek, but I think your friend is following us again. It's really inconvenient to be magic users versus magic users because you can't really set up that much of an ambush, can you? Because they just sense you when you go within 40 feet. He does seem to be alone.
Well, we could attempt to lure him into a fight. It's up to you.
I mean, if he's alone, I think the two of us combined could take him. I'm just worried that there's more of them out of sight.
It's quite likely that his friend would be nearby, I would think, assuming he survived.
I mean, I don't know if we could take both of them. The last time we tried that didn't go so well. Or the time after that, or the time after that.
Yeah, it was not.
I don't know if that's a risk that we could take.
Mm-hmm. Well, we could attempt to fall back to somewhere where we would have more allies.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Well, if we knew where our allies were, all our problems would be pretty much over at this point.
Okay, so you guys have steadily been heading north and a little bit east so far,
Mm-hmm.
heading away from the blacksmith, and you're kind of at the point where either you have to double back if you want to stay in the south side of the city, continue north into the north side of the city, or head east into the ruins. You're kind of at the point where if you keep going northeast, you're going to go to the northern half of the city.
Well, I think that really our best hopes are to go east and hope that he's alone. We know he's there, so he won't get the drop on us.
Well, of course, I'm always down to try to get revenge, so.
I mean, everything we really need is kind of in the east from where we are, essentially. There's the possibility of our weapons still being there if we manage to kill or shake off this guy. There's the FWA, which is around the area. Going north goes into the area a bit more outside their control, I think. So we start heading east, I guess.
Okay. So as you're heading east, the population density of the streets starts plummeting very fast. And very quickly you guys, maybe you see one person, and then around the next block, suddenly you're not seeing anybody. This is well out of the main section of the city. And you guys very quickly notice that he's no longer hiding to the shadows, the guy that was following you.
Mm-hmm.
And
he has 8 grens. Preparing myself for the worst.
Okay, so far, you still haven't noticed anybody traveling with him.
Okay.
But he is gaining on you guys a bit closer, and at this point, I'm going to move you guys over to a new map.
I'll kind of whisper over to Ka. Yeah, I didn't forget your name. Tarek, that once he gets within about 25 feet, let's say, just rough balling it there, we can jump him.
Okay, well, as this is happening, he's not going to get that close, but he's going to get about 40 feet or so, and he's actually just going to shoot at you guys with an arrow.
Oh, that works.
And as he's doing this, he's going to be calling out, "Ward, you can't escape from us. Just surrender." And he's going to shoot an arrow at Tarek. Oh my god.
Worse.
So you take 11 damage. This started out almost exactly like last time.
Did you say he was shooting at me?
Yes. But you do notice that he's alone. You don't sense any other magical thing, at least within 40 feet of you. So.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for his melee fighter assistants to be sneaking around the alleys. Well,
Yeah, go ahead and roll initiative. Okay, so Bren, you're up.
That's I'll shout out to Tarek. Into the alleyways quickly before, or to cut off his line of sight. No. Head back around here.
Okay.
Less alleyways and more other roads, but
This is just a tiny little side road.
yeah.
These buildings are small. Okay, so you head out of sight. Is that all you do for your turn?
Yep. I'll kind of like peek around the corner here to make sure there's nobody else.
Yeah, it looks clear. So the bounty hunter is going to
Crit again.
call out. No, he's actually, because all he saw was you run off, he's going to hold action for this turn and activate his fury. So that's one stamina. And he's going to go ahead and prepare a torch, point it out and lighting it as he calls out to Tarek, just surrender. We don't need to go through this all over again. And Tarek, it's your turn.
Well, I'm just going to ignore him and activate my Fury Craft. And then, oops. Oh, damn it. I was at 10.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to disrupt his footing.
Okay.
What's the little red bit?
I'm just saying that he has one set of fire use ready for use. He fails, so he is off balance.
Alright, and then gonna hit him with a rock. Oh, well,
Yeah.
I'm guessing neither of those hit.
Those hit, unfortunately.
Alright, and then I'm gonna slip into the alleyway as well.
Okay. Spend one stamina to maintain your fury. Rebuild that area a little bit more. Okay, so Bren, we're back to you.
I'm gonna hold action.
Okay. So, for the bounty hunter's turn, he's going to regain his balance, and then he's actually going to take the bit of fire that he has and throw it straight up into the air.
Oh, this could get bad.
It goes up about 40 feet or so, and then starts to dissipate and eventually just sputters out.
Well, that's a signal if I ever saw one.
Yeah. Then he's going to start walking forward a bit and just wait here as he prepares some more fire. Okay, that's the end of his turn. Oh, at this point, well, no, Terry, go ahead. I'll wait till the end of the round.
Well, so I'm gonna see that. I'm gonna shout to Bren. We're gonna have to make this quick.
Okay.
So,
By the way, Myth,
Yes.
is it possible to like stand in these spaces like next to them?
Yeah. So for like this one right here, that's like a third a variable. I would allow it because you would be under the eaves of the house. But this one is a little bit too much in the house.
And what about this one?
That one's fine because there's a door
Clearly,
there. No, I'm
there's a
joking.
tiny sliver.
You would need to open the door.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna disrupt his footing again.
Okay. Agility save. He passes. He ignores your thing.
Right. And then I'm going to approach and attempt to stab him. Oh shit.
That's a miss.
I am clearly not cut out for combat.
Bryn, we're up at you.
Well, gotta make this quick. I shall attack.
Haha. When that does that, just kidding. Just kidding. That means we're gonna die.
You hit him for 3. And that's a miss. Okay. So this guy is going to take the fire that he has and attempt to burn you with it. Tarek, please make an agility save. You dodge it again.
Yeah.
Then
I'm kind of holding back on my restore right now, but I'm kind of waiting for that fire to hit him and deal like 50 damage.
No, it's not that strong.
Just do one hit KO him.
Small side note, I don't know if you guys have been watching the playoff game, but it's been super back and forth with Flames and Demo.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
It's 3-3 right now, and they've literally gone back and forth game for game.
Okay. So I'm going to, this guy's going to disengage for his action because that fire thing was only a bonus action.
Mhm.
He's going to move 25 feet back. Try to back away and get some distance between you guys. Then, Tarek, it is your turn.
All right. So going to again attempt to disrupt his footing.
That succeeds just barely. He needed a 12.
Well, all right, whatever. Gonna shoot him in the chest with the cannon. Hopefully, knocks him off balance. And
That misses again.
well, I'm gonna approach him still.
So, okay, yeah, you won't be able to stab him, though.
Nope.
Okay. So,
I think we're chasing him.
now you're hearing footsteps from
Nope.
more to the west. Seems to be approaching this direction. He doesn't quite get here, but he almost does. No, that's where he is right now. So he's got a little bit to go. Bren.
And he's gonna move there and meet up with him. Okay. Well, I guess we're all in on this, so.
You hit him for 2?
Kind of mad that the healer's over here hitting harder than I am.
I've been doing a lot better with this dagger than I have with my hand axe. So.
Yeah, but I don't know. That one time you hit with your hand axe, you did 8 damage. So
That's true. That's true.
some solid damage with it because you got max damage out of it, the 2d4. But okay, bounty hunter guy is going to use some fire on you again, Tarek. So make an agility save.
I know he has a bounty on Tarek's head, but man, this guy's
You dodge it again.
really, really intent on attacking
Which is
him.
funny because agility is my lowest stat.
Yeah, I know. Oh, it's never going to get used as fire, man.
I feel like at one point he should just be attacking the guy dealing the most damage to him, but yeah.
Okay, he's going to disengage and back away again.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay. Well, back to you, Tarek.
25. Damn, it's just sounds so great. Okay. Disrupting his footing.
He resists.
God, stop. Chill. Have a rock to the face, please. Something hit. I beg you.
15 hits, just barely for 6. He has to make a vitality save, which he makes, so he's not staggered. But he did deal 6 damage to him.
I'm going to step off to the side.
Okay. So this guy's
Actually,
going
Yeah.
to rush up, and he's going to dash 50 feet to here. And he's going to go ahead and activate his fury crafting, his metal crafting.
Kind of interesting that he's still wounded.
Well, he was knocked completely unconscious, and unfortunately they don't have a medic as capable as you. So you only got to heal partially.
This is our chance. We got to kill him.
Yeah.
Okay, Bren, the opponents have grouped up now. And the guy who has stabbed you multiple times is in the front.
Yeah. I'm not eager to run up and trade blows with him again. Absolutely not.
Is there a back alley back here? We can
Okay,
fit
what
through here, right?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
He's going to ditch Bren.
No, I just want to make sure that I'm not backing myself into a corner.
Yeah, you can get
I
out there.
kind of look towards Tarek, like backing into an increasingly narrowing alley that I can't even really see the end of, so I don't know if it's just a dead end or not. And I kind of like look around me and I'm like, I'm gonna have to fight this asshole again, aren't I? I don't want to. I have bad memories of that guy. I got like impaled multiple times. I run up and attack him and hope to not die in one turn from like a crit with max damage.
Well, we will see.
At this point, if Bryn dies, it's definitely my fault.
Yeah.
You hit him for 4. That's good, max damage.
Hey.
Miss.
You missed the extra, though.
It's okay, they're weakened. We can do this. I just need
Okay, so
something.
Firecrafter is going to come down here a bit so we can get an angle at you, and he's just going to shoot his bow. He's giving up on his fire at this point. I think that hits you?
Is he hitting me or?
Yes, this is against you. He doesn't have an angle on Tarek. Okay, we're up to you, Tarek. Yeah.
I don't have armor. I have speakers. I'm
Okay.
a doctor, goddammit.
I'm gonna disrupt Metal Crafter's footing.
Okay. Agility save. He ignores it.
Oh my gosh. Can't hit anything. Okay.
The best part is, Myth isn't actually trying to kill us necessarily, it's just happening.
Yeah, it's just a natural death.
Like, this is a fair fight, 2v2. Well, not exactly fair because I'm a fucking medic with no healing, but.
Yeah. Too bad level 1 doesn't get maximum healing, you know? I mean, it really sucks, doesn't it?
Hey, I'm playing the long game. Once I get resource and.
What was the damage from a short sword again? Oh wait, I have it right here.
Yeah, you should have it.
Like, once I learn tier 3, I essentially give everybody like a second life in battle, as long as I get to them before they die.
Okay, well then I'm gonna hit the Metal Crafter with a rock instead of a sword. Stagger. And it misses.
Yeah.
If he hadn't made the agility save, hit.
Okay. Sword guy is going to retaliate against you. Swinging, critically fails, putting himself off balance.
Hey.
Oh, you guys might have your break now, finally.
Oh, don't worry, Myth. We'll get 2 critical fails at once. Alright, well, I see him go off balance, and I try and take advantage.
That is unfortunate.
That one hits.
Okay. The archer guy, well, seeing this guy not doing so well, is going to back up a little bit more, but still take a shot at you.
He wants out.
He misses. No, that hits you, don't
Yeah, that hits me, yeah.
I think you have such low AC.
Yeah, I could at least use like a leather jerkin or something.
Yeah. Okay, Tarek, you're up.
Alright, so I'm gonna attempt to
Maybe are these guys wearing armor?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe I'll take their armor.
see, here's
Yeah,
where
they
it
both
comes.
have
Do I
light armor.
attempt to disrupt the back guy or do I attempt to prone? I'm gonna attempt to prone this guy. So I'm gonna disrupt his footing.
He makes it so it's still off balance, but not prone.
Does that count as a save throw? Because wouldn't that be disadvantage? Or does Ted make it?
Let me double check that.
Alright, so beat the shit out of this guy, Tom.
I know.
We need to take one of them down.
Yes, he would actually be at disadvantage on saves. So he is now knocked prone.
Yeah. Alright, and then what does prone do? Movement speed is reduced, suffer disadvantage on melee attacks against you.
He's probably just gonna get up next turn, but
Yeah, I'm gonna stab him. Definitely stabbing him.
fair enough.
Not even gonna try to shoot a rock at him, just stabbing. Does 11 even hit?
No.
You can't even stab him when he's on the ground.
God damn it.
Your rolls, man. Your rolls.
God damn it.
I'm just gonna.
Okay.
I'm gonna move over here. Can I move when he's prone?
As long as you don't. So moving past him will make that difficult terrain. So it takes, instead of 10 feet of movement, that takes 15.
Would I be able to round 5?
You could if you want. Yeah.
That would be 20 feet instead of 15. No.
I mean, it wouldn't matter. I'm just trying to get in front of.
But if you do like this, he will get an attack of opportunity.
Oh.
Okay. So definitely walk over him.
Yep, definitely just gonna go over him then.
Just stand on top of him.
Yep, if I just step on it. Okay. Do I need to make a roll for the difficult terrain?
No.
Okay. Well, then that's my turn.
Okay. Brenton, this guy's prone.
Yeah. I'm gonna stab him.
Oh, wait. No, I skipped over his turn. Sorry.
Okay.
He stands back up. He's not very happy.
No.
He's going to go for Tarek again because you knocked him down. That's a miss.
Would have been a hit.
Yeah. Okay, Bren, you're up.
Couldn't hurt. So yeah, I'm gonna restore.
You're going to restore who?
Tarek.
Okay, so make a short rest, Tarek, and gain that many hit points and health.
Hit points and stamina.
Sorry, yes. Same thing. Almost. Okay.
I definitely need the extra stamina.
Miss.
Okay, archer guy. Once again, short bow on Tarek. Hits him for 7.
Every time.
Okay, Tarek, you just got shot with a bow.
Okay. Gotta knock the guy. Disrupt his footing.
Oh, that was the wrong save. Ignore that. Agility.
Are you sure? I think that first one was right.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna shoot a rock at this guy.
Okay.
Please, for the love of God, hit something. Thank you. D20.
I swear to God. I swear to God.
It's blank D20. It's not even my fault. I literally haven't hit a single thing.
Oh, God.
I take it back. He missed one agility roll when he was already off balance.
Yeah, so this bounty hunter We'll actually turn to you, Bryn. And go for you.
Yeah.
Hits you for 8. And now you're up.
I'm gonna restore myself.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack him. And I'm gonna miss.
Unfortunate. Oh, okay. Archer dude. He's gonna short bow you again. That misses you, Tarek.
Thank you.
Oh, thank God.
Tarek, you're up. Can you get a hit finally?
I
fucking hope so.
man. Disrupt this guy's footing.
Okay.
Please.
He resists.
Shoot him with a rock, I guess.
Which you miss. Okay, I don't. This is ridiculous and very unfortunate.
Also, that I've also critically failed, or I've had low rolls on 1, 2, 3 of my last 4 rolls. I've had something be as low as possible.
Okay, so he's gonna be retaliating at you, Tarek, because you just tried to shoot him. I believe that hits. Does a 15 hit you?
Yeah.
Feels bad.
At this point, it's like I should have just went into a defensive stance at the very beginning.
I mean, I don't think that would have even mattered. You would have like every time.
I
You
guess
got
Tarek
15, 16, 17, and 16.
Tarek was just doomed to die from the beginning here.
Bryn, you're up.
Well, I'm out of healing, so I'm full on the attack.
That misses.
And that misses.
Wow. You guys are so unlucky. But this guy is going to be switching back to his fire again. Pulls out his fire. Goes towards you, Tarek. Please make an agility save.
Bet I missed this one.
Let me
12,
double
maybe.
check if that is high enough. I believe that was the minimum. Yeah, he had a DC 12.
Oh my god. Okay, well, there's my one make for the next 5 turns.
Just gonna say this. You guys have forgotten again, but you both do have divine guidance.
I haven't forgotten.
Yeah. Wait, do I activate that before or after?
After you attack, if you miss and you decide that you actually want it to be a hit, you can just say you use divine guidance.
Okay,
It also works for saves.
I'm gonna disrupt this guy.
Okay.
Disrupt his pudding. And he makes it.
Yes.
He makes it, yep.
Alright. Well then, gonna shoot him with a rock.
Hey,
Hey, that actually hit. And is he staggered? Oh, 5.
Oh, yeah.
That's +1 for vengeance.
Oh, yes. Good point. And then vitality.
My stamina is real low.
He fails. He is staggered.
Oh, thank the Lord. Something finally successful.
Okay, so his turn. He would normally be attacking, but he doesn't have an action this turn, so he cannot attack. That is very unfortunate for him. Bren, we're back to you. This guy's not looking so hot in front of you.
Yeah.
Finish him.
I'm gonna try and finish him. I'm gonna miss. It's 1 damage, goddamn. Right, I'm gonna bonus attack. Bonus action for a minute.
Also misses.
Oh my god.
Also misses, and do I fucking waste the angel power for a 2 damage? God damn, I don't think I do. That looks like a sliver more than 2, but... we're gonna die if I don't, aren't we?
Well,
We'll find out.
So... yeah, I'm gonna angel power for 2.
okay, you shank him for 2, and he is so close to dying.
Yeah, I figured.
So close to dying. Oh,
Alright, we're dead.
Alright. Hit me with the fire.
okay, he goes for it. Make an agility save.
Make it.
You make it again. This guy just wants to use his fire one time.
Oh my god.
So Brent, right next to you, Herring is just dancing back and forth as fireballs are blasting past him constantly.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna
Thank God they don't reach out all the way to me.
disrupt Fire Guy's footing.
Okay. He makes it.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot a rocket Fire Guy.
Okay.
Alright.
You miss.
Fuck it. I'm gonna use my guidance to make that
For 2 damage, are you sure?
3 damage,
He
and I
wants to
just want
stagger
him.
him.
Yeah, I want him staggered.
Okay. I
Hoping
see.
it staggers him.
3. Okay, let's see if he gets staggered. No, he ignores your stagger.
I'd be kidding me.
Okay.
I turn and tell these guys that I have to go beat up a GM. They don't know what that means, but
Oh.
Alright.
So, this other guy, he's gonna swing his scimitar again, going after Bryn, because he just shanked him.
yeah.
Misses.
Wow, he actually missed me.
Yeah.
What a loser.
Finish him. Please get the one shank.
Nah, I just doomed myself to miss him twice with that comment, so
Yeah. Yeah, that was a mistake. Mhm.
that's a miss. Fucking what are these? Oh, and I attack. And I miss.
Wow.
And I cry.
You guys just not getting a break. Okay, Tarek, one more
Really
agility
hard.
save.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
And I'm dead.
You finally will take some damage. And I now realize that, considering the difficulty of having this actually succeed right now, this fire needs to be fucking buff, because it's weak as fuck. It only does 1d4 damage.
Are you kidding me? I had 4 health! God damn it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay, I'm hitting him on the way down.
Yes, you get an attack of opportunity.
What do I hit him with?
Max damage.
What do
Whatever
I get
you
to
do.
hit? What do I get to hit him with? I don't
Short
remember.
sword. You don't get to use a rock shot on him.
I bet that misses. Doesn't
You
it?
miss. You know, of course you miss. You always miss. Make a death save, please.
I just want Tarek dead now.
Well, you pass that save.
At this point, I don't want Tarek to live.
The sword guy goes for Brent again.
Yeah.
That hits you for 8.
And barely not down.
Okay.
1 HP.
You're up.
Is there just like a healing potion I have that I forgot about? Or
I don't think so.
no.
That is very unfortunate.
God
Then.
damn it! I had
Hard.
caltrops.
Use both restores.
I should have used my caltrop at any given point.
I don't think that would have helped much because they kind of retreated backwards instead of attacking forwards.
Well, we could have used it to either cover our retreat or to make it so that as they moved around, it would be an issue.
I dagger. I miss.
Oh my god. You guys.
I kill myself. I offhand dagger. I miss.
Wow. Critically missed. Okay.
I quit D&D forever at this point.
Oh. So lucky. So.
Like I am literally physically ill, disgusted by the rules tonight.
Yeah. So Derek, make another death save.
Never making a Fury Crafter again.
Okay, you pass again. Oh, okay.
I think my character might actually kill himself.
There we go. Okay, so Scimitar guy goes for you one more time. He gets you for 7. You're down.
Oh yeah, he has 15.
So, please make a death save. Okay.
I made it.
That was mainly just to see if you got a critical fail or not. Okay, so as your vision goes dark, you both collapse to the ground.
Actually, no. I can't have a death save that's a crit fail because the game needs to prolong my torture.
Yeah. Okay, well, you guys both collapse to the ground. These guys have gotten the best of you again.
Yeah, that I will.
And that will be the end of the session.
Yeah.
So,
fuck you, Tar.
oh, okay. So you guys, we might find out what happens to you, but you got dragged over. What was that?
I'm just gonna purge him from my memory. Start thinking about his character already.
So you guys get dragged over to the ship, and who knows what happens to you after that? Chances are your lives are not very good. So that will be the end of the story for Tarek and Bryn.
Yeah.
They tried their best. It just did not.
I don't even think that was their best. That was they were suicidal. But
they tried, but fate had other decisions for them.
Yeah, I honestly don't even want to make another character after that abomination of a run.
I do because I know it can't get worse than that.
Hopefully.
Why did you say that?
Yeah. Now you're speaking.
That was a whole lot of missed, and I don't think it gets. I don't think you can miss more than that, honestly. How many hits did I have? I had like 3 hits in that entire fight, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, well, good attempt, guys. You both died.
Try.
So, rest and pepperonis. There will be a main session tomorrow at 6.
I mean, technically we didn't die. We just got
captured and you're... Yeah, so I guess technically you didn't die.
Next time that we're off in Aynor or whatever it is, totally go rescue those guys.
Yeah, we'll see how. Maybe they'll come in to the story at some very distant future.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
50 sessions down the road.
Yeah. Oh, remember that Bryn guy that we just lost contact with in the first session?
Yeah.
He's back, apparently. Okay. Well, that's going to be the end of that.
All right, I'll catch you guys later. Go cry myself to sleep after this.
Yeah.
Also, go watch Sharks for
Oh yeah.
playoffs. All right, catch you guys later.
Yep. So, do you want to play in the session tomorrow, Silver?
Tomorrow, if I have time to make a character, I don't know if I do.
Well, I'll be here now if you want to do it now, or we can do it tomorrow before the session. Up to you.
I don't have time to do it now, and I maybe have time to do it tomorrow.
Okay. Well, just send me a message whenever if you want to.
Yeah.
Okay. Your luck is terrible, man. Both of you guys had terrible luck.
Yeah.
But there's nowhere to go but up until you guys die again. Which might be tomorrow if you're going to be playing. But we'll see. Okay. Well, I'm out. GG, man. Better luck next time.